Hello and welcome to session 31 of the Crossmeet campaign. Tonight the players are going to be heading into the Colossal Expanse. We'll be using a few house rules from the Arctic Lands book by Critical Hit Publishing. If you like it, please check it out. I put a link in the thing. And we'll get started. Okay, it is the 30th of Rotting. The party is been given basic directions to where Lady Lesever thinks my Thalamar is. She's indicated a place called Mystic's Blessing. She also connected you with a guy who's going to lead you there. Balnorn Therig, a former war hero. When you arrived at Cerner, you found out that the town had been attacked and somewhat overrun by hill giants over in the previous night. About a quarter of the buildings have been destroyed or are partially burnt. Some of the populace is dead, but not all, certainly. And it is morning. It's very, very cold. You guys are currently at Balnorn's house, which is about an hour or so from Crossmeet. I'm sorry, from Cerner, and I'll show you where that is. So you guys are like right around here somewhere. It's about fairly early in the morning. Balnorn is astride his goat, Miriam, and he's all dressed and ready to go. The sleds are packed. You guys are looking to the west where you can see trickles of black smoke coming from several houses within Cerner. This is about, as I said, an hour away. So that's where we'll begin. So you guys can jump in anytime, tell me what you're thinking, what you're doing, etc., etc. Let's begin with Steve, since he's not muted.
I'm muted. I was just muted up here. All right. So, having recently resecured everything to the sleigh and checking on the goats that are hitched in the front, probably pulling my my cloaks and coverings a little bit tighter around me because snow is miserable and I don't know why it exists. Looking at the sort of fires in the early morning and the smoke rising, it's almost a depressing moment to head out, and sort of lingering in the back of Jawdat's mind is that question that Mr. Gray, I think it was his name, asked us. There's a consideration of if we find something that's capable of stopping things like this or the recent events with the undead invasion, what do you do with it? Who can be trusted with that type of power? And perhaps a little bit lower, something that he's trying to bury is the thought that Grimm had brought up with what went on and why maybe the gods didn't take a bit more of a direct intervention in what happened. Jawdat realizes, that it's people that have to do that, but still, you would think if something that terrible was going to happen, that there would be these grand stories rolling out of the east about, I don't know, fire-breathing clerics or holy angels smiting the undead, and there's just not.
All right. Balnorn, anybody else can jump in when they want. Balnorn says, all right, let's be off. It's a long journey. We'll have to make very good time to reach Ice Watch before dark.
I'm sitting next to Jawdat, and I have this really big cloak on. It's like a heavy, dark material, probably wool, and inside has this fur lining, and it's one of these big kind of hoods you can pull up, and you know, you get, it's almost like a little room inside it, but when it's leaning forward and kind of holds its shape. I haven't pulled back far enough where I can slightly turn my head and see him, and I'm trying to explain to him and say, like, you got kind of like a snow is like water for later.
There's snow as far as you can see, really.
Yeah.
So Balnorn heads out. He makes a modest pace, moving away from his semi-disguised home. If you recall, it was invisible until you guys basically figured out where it was, and then you were able to see it. He heads towards Cerner, but not directly. He's skirting a little to the north of it. You can, as you get closer, you can start to gain whiffs of burning wood and grass and other things. You eventually reach a point where it's clear giant footprints moved to the north, sort of following the road, which you guys are going to follow it for a bit, and then you're going to cross over onto the Sidri Trail there.
I'm going to keep a sharp eye out for for these prints, and especially if they end up going the same direction as we are.
Well, for the now, anyway, you seem to be following roughly the same path they are.
Yeah.
But as you travel further north and begin to leave the road, you can see that the footprints bend more eastward, sticking not quite to the road, but traveling in that direction. So maybe on a 30-degree angle away from you.
Okay. Let's make a mental note of that. And
Balnorn shakes his head when he sees these tracks, but he doesn't comment. Now, Balmera and Tolraun, you guys are riding free ahead of the sled, behind the sled. Balnorn is sort of taking point, but he's not setting a really tough pace or anything.
I kind of imagined us to the side and maybe a little, like what? Correct me, but I thought we were flanking, not really ahead, but maybe a little bit behind.
So you've told me 3 different answers then. Which one is it? Are you going to be behind it then?
Adjacent, and then like one pace back.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So you guys.
Balmera's just gonna mirror Tolraun, and she's completely covered in the fur cloak that she ordered a while back, and has her rabbit fur hat on completely. I mean, it's a bundle of fur on a goat. That's what you cannot see anything else. And she's really depressed today. She doesn't like the cold. She doesn't like the idea that there are giants in the vicinity. She doesn't like the idea of they going up further north where it's even more cold and even more danger. She would prefer she would actually prefer to just turn south and just forgot about the whole thing and went back to not back to, but somehow in all this where Jawdat is coming from sounds very good to her at the moment. So she's just keeping quiet, but keeping pace, flanking the sled on the opposite side of Tolraun. You're muted, Rob.
I'm sorry. So as you guys travel, you get a little further and further off the road, and then you start to turn on to what is called the Sidri Trail. Now, there's no sign of a trail whatsoever. However, you can see that it is a passage, a fairly flat passage between 2 rows of mountains that varies in width from about 1.5 miles to a few hundred yards at points. And it's just snow and ice, white and white, windy, cold, It's overcast, gray skies, and the cold is starting to seep in. You've been traveling for about 4 hours now. I would like everyone to make a con save. This is versus frostbite. Because you are wearing proper clothing, this is made at advantage. Let's check. The DC is 10.
Okay, yeah, 20.
18, and that advantage saved me from a 1.
Okay, so as long as you made the roll, you just feel cold, but you suffer no other effects. It's uncomfortable, and maybe you shiver a little bit. Balnorn drops back a little bit beside you, Tolraun, and he says, loud enough for all of you to hear, "What do you know of the Expanse? Have you been here before?"
Me? Been here before? No.
He looks around at the rest of you.
I shake my head.
Yeah, the bundle of slightly shifts in the saddle but doesn't respond.
So he tells you that this area is very rarely traveled. In summer, there is some traffic that travels to Althea, but it's fairly rare that people make the trip. And when they do, they tend to do so in large groups with lots and lots of supplies. He mentions that there was a war here, the Giants' War, about a century ago. He was a part of it, and it lasted for about a decade. And before and since, there have been small skirmishes where giants tend to come into human territories. But the war itself, there was lots of giants working in concert to try to attack, front. And he was a member of the army of the king's army. They set up a fort. They built a fort out of stone called Ice Watch, partway up the Sidri Trail, and that was to keep watch. But it was built over a century ago, and he's not sure what kind of shape it's in these days. He hasn't been there in many years. And he adds that you're going to have to pick up the pace to get there before dark.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But there's risk in going fast, of course.
Yeah. Looking at the mounds to either side, you mentioned, because you described as mounds, so that kind of sounded a little bit odd. Do they appear to be
mountains? It's like a valley, right? Mountains and mountains.
You said mounds, and I was thinking like barrows or something. Like, are we going through a mountains? A burials area? It's like, okay, I got you.
So it's a pass that kind of goes, narrows and widens as it travels. Right?
I just want, like I said, just making sure we're not going through some barrows. Those can be bad. Yeah. So what I do is I have one of the water skins, and I spend a minute or so sort of using prestidigitation to heat up the water inside, and I'll I'll hand one off to Jawdat, and then I'll do one for myself as well. And I'll just go like tuck it in my coat, tuck my hands in there, and just ride with kind of holding onto this hot water bottle basically.
Yeah, in fact, before you cast your spell, you can see that there were some ice crystals starting to form in the water.
Yeah. Yeah. Generally speaking, my water skin, I try to keep it. If I'm wearing my pack, I kind of keep it tucked in, like between me and my pack. But here, I just have it tucked. Since I'm riding, I just kind of tucked in my coat, and I'm, like I said, I keep warming it up to, get a little bit of heat out of the extremities. Right.
Well, in a pinch, there's lots of snow around. But like you say, it's water for later.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
So at one point, Balnor stops you in a lee of boulders and tall rocks to have some lunch. Basically ice and snow-covered boulders. It offers a little bit of shelter. You guys have a short break. The goats are fed, and he looks up at the sky and he seems a little concerned about the weather, and then he looks toward the west, the direction you're heading.
Is there a wind coming from the west?
No, the west is the direction you're coming. The wind is coming from the northeast.
Okay.
Is there a problem?
We're going to have to really pick these goats up into good speed if we want to get there before dark. Now, we can certainly arrive after dark, but there are dangers aplenty in the daylight.
Okay.
Well, how many hours?
He froze. What are good? Well, we've got a good bit of travel to go yet, and there's a rough spot coming up. We're going to have to cross, so best we make good time then. The goats seem to be holding up. How are you, Miriam? He pets her neck, and he starts off.
No, Balmera will follow the sled. I'm guessing we're kind of. The sled is the slowest of us.
Yeah, I think so. So he's setting basically the maximum pace that you guys, the goats, can go and still keep the sled being pulled. If you want to slow down, you can speak up. You can talk to him. It's causing the sled to bump and bounce somewhat. After a couple of hours, you reach an area where it's more jagged. The snow looks not as even. It's almost like, not quite like frozen waves, but that kind of shape to the surface of the snow. And you can see like dark, jagged rocks and ice basically just under the surface of the snow. Okay.
I was going to say I dropped out for a second. We already broke the rest, right?
Yep, you broke the rest. He mentioned he had a ways to go, and you guys are setting. You basically at top speed right now, as fast as you can go and still pull this sleigh. And the area you're coming into is a bunch of frozen over jagged rocks, and it's a bumpy, jagged area.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I'm again staying covered, keeping an eye out for any hazards that the ghosts or Jawdat might not see. Again, things can be covered in the snow, so I'm watching for rocks sticking up, things like that.
There are plenty. As I said, it's a surface somewhat level, but it's certainly jagged and uneven at the same time.
Yeah.
So Balnorn goes into it, the goat at full speed, and the wagon starts bouncing and rocking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have the goats each make a dexterity check. Because these are goats, can be making the check at advantage. The DC is 10. If a goat fails, it will fall prone.
Let's see. Steve, do you want to do this? Or want me to do them? Okay.
Well, every goat has to roll.
Oh, okay. So I'll roll for my goat.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
My goat made it.
Oh, right, it's an advantage. I rolled the same number twice. 12.
Okay, yeah. DC is 10. All right. So let me know if any goats fall down. If they don't, you can start to hear now that the sound under your sleigh and hooves changes. It goes from that sort of smooth to more of a clack, 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 clack of hooves hitting rock and ice. and the sleigh kind of scraping a little bit as it tracks over this.
What the hell? Right.
Go ahead. On top of this,
Okay.
the wind starts to pick up, and now you hear the howls of wolves coming from both the right and left, maybe kind of ahead of you. Balnor looks back at you, and he just checks your faces, sees if everything's okay, everybody's all right.
Yeah. I just sort of like pull my hood back a little bit now and brave the cold so that I can get a wider field of vision hearing these wolves, and I sort of begin to pan left and right.
Okay. Balnor is yelling something back at you, and I'm going to have you guys make a perception check to see if you can hear him.
Sure. I also don't see if he's looking somewhere in particular or pointing somewhere or anything like that.
He's looking at you at the moment.
Okay.
Kind of like looking backwards at you.
Even 20.
All right. So he says something about winter wolves and camouflage. Those are the words you pick out. And he turns his head forward again, and he kind of puts it down on the goat, and the goats continue to go forward at best speed. I'm going to have everyone make a dex save for their goats again. DC is 10 with advantage.
Yeah.
You can hear this clack, 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 clack. The sled is bouncing and boom, 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 on these rocks.
Are there any bonuses to the dex? Just so I know.
With advantage. You get to do it with advantage. The DC is 10. You have the goat stats.
So it's just a straight roll, okay.
Well, I gave you the goat stats. It's a dex roll.
Okay.
Off the top of my head, I think their dex was 18, but I gave you the stats last week, remember?
Okay. Yeah.
You still have them?
I don't have the goat one, no, but that's okay.
Oh, all right. Well, if somebody else has them, maybe they could post it for you, because I posted them for everybody last week.
Right. So we'll keep going and keep watching. Okay. I'm assuming that he means that these winter wolves can remain hidden. So I kind of lean over to Jawdat. I say, I think that means that we might not see these things coming. So let me know if the goats start acting skitty.
If anybody else wants to do or say anything, let me know. The wind keeps whipping. You can hear the sounds. It's very difficult to hear much over the noise that the group is collectively making from the sled and the hooves clattering and the wind. The howling of the wolves stops, though. And now I'm going to have each of you make me a perception check. And
19.
I've got to make it. I don't know what the DC is just yet.
16.
Okay.
And 18.
Okay. All right. So to your right, you notice two large winter wolves. These are the size of small horses, about 100 feet away and closing fast. They're slightly ahead and charging to meet the group as you go rushing forward. Two are coming from the right, which is north in this case.
Okay, so
I want everyone to roll me an initiative roll.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
19.
14, 19,
15.
15. And are you with us, Steve?
I am. I rolled a 2.
All right.
Well, you are busy. I'd rather you keep driving. So.
All right. So, Grimm, are you on the right side of the facing forward, or are you on the left side of the sleigh?
Well, I didn't really say. I was kind of imagining the right side coming from the right, so I don't want to.
That's fine.
Kind of metagame it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Right.
Okay. So you can see to about 100 feet and closing quickly on the group.
Okay. So I reached out into my shirt and I fiddle around in this bag I have hanging around my neck, and I pull out this little ball of fur, and I whisper to it, "Kill the wolves," and I throw it. So let's see what we get.
Okay.
A beaver.
A dolphin. Oh, that's the best thing ever.
It's good.
5. Oh crap! Another one. Hang on, sorry. Bad.
Okay. Balmera, are you riding on the right side of the sleigh or to the left side of the sleigh? Sorry, Alex. It's going to happen before they go.
Yep.
She's on the right side.
Okay. So you also see 2 winter wolves coming from the north, closing fast on the group. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I can see Grimm is releasing his fur ball of doom.
Yeah, he tosses a fur ball towards him.
Yeah. So she's gonna struggle with getting her mitts off, and when she get them off, she will begin to cast a spell, and she will cast Firebolt on one of the wolves, the one to the outmost left.
Okay, so what appeared from the fur ball there, Grimm?
Oh, yeah. As it goes out, it turns dark black and gets bigger and bigger, and it finally turns into this black bear that tumbles and bounds into the snow. Boom! With this huge push of the snow bursting up, and he starts charging toward these 2 wolves.
Yeah. He's kind of covered in snow. He's part polar bear now. So Balmera, go ahead, make your attack.
I like that. Imagine the moral check you have to make to see a furball coming at you and it turns into a bear. Let's get the fuck out of here. That is incredible. Poor. I only hit an AC of 7.
No, that's a miss, I'm afraid. So your little bolt of fire goes into the
Well,
snow.
she didn't get the myth all the way off, so she didn't cast the spell correctly.
Oh, yeah, you're doing it hurriedly. Okay, Thashif, you're on the. I'm sorry, Tolraun, you're on the other side of the sleigh that you can see these 2 wolves attacking from, but they're closing on the group. What do you want to do?
Alright, so I'm on the left side?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, am I able to move up to the ones closest to me?
They're 100 feet away and closing.
Okay, I'm going to invest myself between them, and just ready in action to attack once they get close enough to the sleigh, or goats, or whatever's at the front of the caravan.
Okay. Jawdat.
Uh-huh.
You get to go. All the wolves do on their turn is get 50 feet closer.
Right. I'm still driving the sleigh, but having dealt with attacks from pack animals on caravans, if the wolves are coming in from the right, I'm also keeping an eye on to the left because I know that a lot of times they will appear at one point only to have other ones on the other side of you.
Yeah.
And since we already have most of our group looking that direction, I'm still driving, but most of my attention is being paid to the left-hand side.
Excellent. Make me a perception check.
That's what the
18.
white dragon is.
And you see 2 winter wolves only 50 feet away to the left-hand side, closing on the group as well.
Oh. Well.
Looking was a free action if you want to do something.
Well, I do want to do something. I just don't know what that something is yet. All right. Well, since I was partially expecting it, but I'm also partially divided on driving. I let out not a yelp because that'd be a little indignant, but the equivalent. They're like a and I'm gonna flick my free hand, my left hand, in that direction, and we're gonna get some sacred flame dropping in on top of the closest wolf, so it can make a reflex save.
Sure. Just get the initiative for the other guys. Yep. So this is to the left. You're attacking one of the ones on the left, correct?
Yeah, the one that's like 50 feet. You said. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I'm making a what save? I'm sorry.
Dexterity.
All right, +1. Oh, there's a crit. Let me stop the map so you guys can see my dice rolls.
Oh, you're fine.
So your blast lands and it does like literally a leap over it. All right, and that brings us to the top of the order again. Balnorn, he's continuing to keep forward, going forward, but he's taken his axe out and he's got it. He's kind of whirling it slowly in the air, and above all the sound, the wolves rushing, the wind, the clatter of goat hooves, the sleigh, you can hear a humming coming from the axe. Not a musical humming, more of a vibrational type humming. Okay, and Grimm, it's your turn again, and the wolves are going to reach the party this time. They're 50 feet in closing.
Okay, that's that. And now I assume I at least heard Jawdat doing his thing off to the other side.
Yeah. Also, you're aware of the wolves that are there now.
Yeah, I mean, at least I know something's going on. At least I don't know how many maybe, but I know something. So okay, that's fine.
So 2 closing from the right and 2 closing from the left, and they're not quite closing on the sled. In fact, 2 are approaching Tolraun, and the 2 from the left are approaching Balmera.
Yeah, I figured they're after the goats.
You shouldn't call Balmera a goat. That's not nice.
Yeah, really.
She can't hear us here. Yeah. So okay. So I'm going to point at which one is close to the wolves at this point.
It's your call. It's pretty much the same.
Either one. Okay.
Either one.
In a split moment decision, I pick Tolraun, and I point my hand towards him and his
2 goats rushing towards his position. I'm sorry, 2 wolves rushing towards his position.
Yeah. So what I do is now he may not necessarily see this. He may see something around him, but he wouldn't necessarily see it from the outside. But what from the outside they see is you see this. He now looks like he's this massive beast, kind of like a bear, but more vicious and horrific looking. I sort of took the I just saw it and grew it to grotesque proportions, and I have that. Just screaming at these wolves. Now this thing's going to be about twice the size of either of the wolves, and it's just slathering. It's got red eyes, just the most horrific beast you've ever seen. Is how where the look is what they see when they look at Tolraun and the goat. Hopefully.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question when I get to their turn. What does your bear do?
Oh yeah, he's gonna attack one of the wolves.
Okay.
And now he's gonna claw and bite. So 2.
So one of the wolves veers away from this creation of yours and goes right for the bear, and they kind of like rush right at each other.
All right, he gets hit with one of the claws for 9 points of damage. So the claw just rakes right through the fur. Now the priest do wait for these little red streaks in it and splashes of blood as it tore across his shoulder.
Yeah, and the blood means it no longer gets advantage on stealth checks. Balmera and then Tolraun. So Balmera. There are 2 wolves rushing quickly towards you. What would you like to do?
She jumps off her goat and runs towards the wolves. just to get out of the goat's range, I guess. So she will move, I guess, I don't know, 20 feet or something.
All right, so these two wolves that were charging you, I'm going to say that one goes for you and one goes for your goat.
She's going to cast the Cloud of Daggers while she does that.
Okay.
So she casts a handful of sand, I guess, in the air. That kind of crystallizes and becomes small ice daggers that floats around her.
All right. All right. Well, the wolves go. Okay. So Tolraun. So there were two wolves charging right at you. This huge demon-like thing appeared. One wolf immediately veered left of you and started heading away from this fucking thing towards Balnorn, and the other one turned and went towards the bear. So all of a sudden, there's none coming at you.
Okay.
But there's one to the right fighting a bear, and there's one to the left fighting Balnorn, about 10 feet away. And this, keep in mind, this is all in motion. Right?
Yeah,
well, I guess the bear and the
yeah.
wolf would sort of be still relative to the rest, but everything else is still going. Like the train is still going.
So ever since he was a kid, Tolraun has known that a bear could kick a wolf's ass in a fight, in a one-on-one fight. He's had that argument with his friends.
But this is a big-ass fucking wolf.
Yeah, still, he's gonna help. He's gonna help Balnorn instead.
Okay.
So, yep.
No, he's gonna help the Balrog.
The
Balrog, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if I can make it over there with.
So you ride over on your goat. As I said, this thing is in motion, right? So
yeah.
You're now riding beside this running wolf that's attacking Balnorn on his goat, and you got your goat there beside him. So there's like gallop, and this wolf's kind of in between the two of the four.
I'm going to. Does it cost movement to dismount, or is that a free action?
No, I think you can do that for nothing. Mounting might, but not dismounting.
So I'm gonna dismount and use a movement to run up to this wolf that's running after Balnorn, and I'm going to attack it.
All right.
That is an 18 and a 19.
Hit. Both hit. AC is 13 of these wolves.
Okay, and I'm gonna use a bonus action to. Yep. That's 16. So. 15, 20. So 29 points of damage.
Okay, wow. This is from punching?
Yep.
so you pummel and oops, that's the wrong one. You pummel and pound on this wolf, and you get some howls out of him, but you don't drop it.
Okay.
And so the Balnorn's going to attack. So he's going to strike twice with his axe, and you can hear this humming sound coming from his axe. Well, that's 2 hits actually. Another D12. He rolled terribly, as you can see, but he manages to cut the wolf open somewhat. The wolf, bleeding, starts to turn to flee. As you follow that, you can see two more wolves approaching your position. They're avoiding this demon like it's a rock in a river, just avoiding it completely.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the wolves. So these two wolves come charging in. One's going to attack you, Tolraun, and one is going to attack. I'm pretty sure that's a miss on you, and that's going to be a miss on Balnorn. And then we got two wolves on the other side, one of which you're fighting, Balmera, I believe.
Yeah. Are they running close enough to get an?
One is, and one's going after your goat right now.
Okay, is that one running close
Holy
enough for me to get an area
Yes.
of attack? Whatever
Yeah,
it's called.
Yes, it would have
Attack
to.
opportunity.
No.
Yeah,
It would also
Well,
take
what-
damage from your cloud of daggers.
it came right at you. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding. It came right at you and attacked you. So you're going to get to attack it. I mean, however,
Yeah.
the other goat,
Yeah.
the other one took off for the goat, and I got 4 fucking misses in a row. How much damage did it take from the daggers?
4
So that's
I
6 to
usually
10
roll
points
yeah.
of 10 points of slashing damage from the daggers.
Yep.
So did I get an attack opportunity on the other one?
No, they split before you got to them. Like you were about 20 feet away, and you jumped off your goat. The goat kept going. You ran towards them. So the goat comes right towards you and whirling daggers. The other one's over trying to bring down your goat, and it is Jawdat's turn.
So taking a quick appraisal of what's going on here.
Mhm.
I use Cloud of Daggers a lot.
Yes.
But so I know it's a stationary spell. So Balmera, have you stopped? Are you staying inside your Cloud of Daggers, or did you cast it and are you moving out of it?
Oh, I see.
No, she's standing inside it.
Okay, so in that case, we have to stop, or we're going to rapidly outpace her, and then she's going to get murdered. So, I was looking for rules on controlling mounts, and they don't get very specific. So, at least that I saw in the player's handbook. I would like to, if it's possible, bring the mounts to a stop as my movement. If that's
Yeah.
legitimate, all right.
Make an animal handling check. How's that sound?
I can do that.
These are trained mounts to follow basic commands, but so under normal circumstances, I wouldn't even have you roll.
Right. 19.
Yeah. Yeah, the natural instinct
it's
is to
like-
get away from wolves.
It's like 25.
All right, so they protest and bray, but they bring the sled to it kind of comes to a jittering.
Right. All right, and then my we said there were 2 more wolves that were coming in. So the very first thing I'm going to do is the goat directly in front of me. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on it so it cannot be attacked.
Ah, he's nice.
And then sort of arching back and looking at Balmera, who stopped and facing down one of these, hulking white slavering beasts. I extend my hand in that direction, and the sort of signet ring that I have for my family glows for a moment, and then you see 4 of her ice daggers sort of crystallize in the golden sand and dart at it, and then erupt into another ball of flame. So it's basically going to be Sacred Flame on that wolf, so dexterity save.
Okay, I got all that except which wolf it was attacking.
The one attacking Balmera, the one closest to her.
Thank you. Okay. AC is 13.
No, it's a reflex save. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus 1. 7 is a miss.
Yeah. All right. So let me get you some.
My dice are cold. I suppose that's appropriate.
Yeah. Can digital dice be cold?
1, 2. All right. So it is going to take. Oh wow, 13 points of damage.
Okay. It is now bleeding and not as well camouflaged in the snow.
Right.
All right, so we're at the top of the order. I just want to reestablish. So one of the wolves that was attacking has been chased off, bleeding badly, from Balnorn and Tolraun's combined attacks. There's a second one that's slightly injured, fighting a bear. 2 more have closed in, one fighting Tolraun and one fighting Balnorn. You can see another wolf coming from the north. There is one wolf fighting. Dennis's goat, Balmera, and one fighting Balmera's goat. And there are 3 more wolves coming from the south.
Okay.
All right, and it's your turn, Grimm. I think you got it.
Yeah. So first we'll do the bear. The bear is continuing to assail this
Okay.
wolf. 12 and
Either 13.
to hit. And what's the AC on that again?
13.
Okay, so you hit with the bite too this time. All right, so and 9. It takes 13 from a claw that rakes across it, and the bite that comes down and as it grabs part of the ear and shakes its head a bit.
All right.
So it's just, and now this other massive, bear creature that I have. It's a concentration thing, so I'm gonna kind of begin looping around us in kind of this wide circle, charging at any wolves any wolves nearby. Again, trying to drive them off as if it's like a predator defending a kill kind of thing.
All right. So what is the rule on that illusion? It's like some kind of wisdom check or intelligence check. Or
it's a major image, and range is 120 feet. I can make the image up as he move and interact with his environment, that kind of thing. Physical interaction reveals it to be an illusion. A creature that uses its action to examine the image can determine it's an illusion with a successful intelligence check.
Okay.
That's bad. So yeah, I mean, if it has, I guess, reason to believe it's an illusion, it can make an intelligence check. Otherwise, interacting with it will reveal that it's something there.
Right. I'm gonna have them make an intelligence check now. They don't have a high intelligence, just because they can't smell it, and they got to operate a lot off smell.
Yes, they can. It creates smell.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna have them make an intelligence check then, but they got a low intelligence. Okay, and I'm gonna have it affect like one at a time. You said you got it in this constant pattern, so it's gonna be each.
I'll just have you. I'll let you decide which ones it goes after. But as far
I've got a list of 1 to 10, and I'm just gonna have basically just rotate, go down the list.
That's fine.
Okay, so Balmera, so you are fighting one injured wolf. There are daggers whirling around you. The wolf has jumped back about 10 feet outside of these daggers, and it's kind of growling at you and giving you a puzzled look. Not sure how to deal with you. About 15 or 20 feet away, there is a wolf attacking your. The party has moved a little bit ahead of you. They didn't get to stop immediately. So I'm going to say they're maybe 50 feet past you. What would you like to do? Speak up if you want to say something.
Okay, I'm confused. So it charges me, then jumps back?
No. The wolf you were fighting, it charged you, and it got hit by these daggers. So then it just kind of jumped back just out of the dagger's range, and it's looking at you, growling, trying to figure out what to do next.
Okay. Well, first of all, not being the great spellcaster, she studied the spell when Jawdat cast it, and she didn't notice that it technically says a creature that starts its turn there will take damage. It doesn't specify that the caster is immune to that. So I'm guessing that includes that I will take damage.
No, it does not.
No?
It's around you. I don't think you're.
You can put it around you. Is my understanding of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I questioned the same thing, and it seems that everyone on the internet has the same opinion that you can cast it around you.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty silly spell if you could.
Because it's a cube on 5 feet each side. So if you're standing in the middle of it, then it's basically just outside of you. 5 feet outside.
She's gonna try to. Now she got her mitten off. She will try to cast a fireball without failing. So
sure.
Here go.
Go ahead.
And it shoots up and hit an AC of 12.
So the wolf just gets out of the way. And for its turn... Oh, sorry, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Hang on, I just hang on. Yeah, I am.
Oh, you're right. I'll get back to you, Grimm. Sorry.
That's fine.
They don't go yet. So.
I'm done.
You doing something else, Balmera? Moving? Not moving?
No, I'm standing there. I was hoping it would provoke the wolf to attack me again. Let's see if it's stupid.
Okay. Yeah, Grimm, you just went for your bear, right? Okay.
Yeah, well, I did the bear and the illusion into my actual round. So
to recap, there's a wolf fighting a bear. There's one fighting Tolraun, one fighting Balnorn, another one closing, a wounded one fighting Balmera, one fighting Balmera's goat, and 3 more coming from the south.
Yeah. I will not do Ray of Frost, but I will do Firebolt to the one that the bear is fighting.
Okay.
7, 14.
Hit it.
Yep. I've done some so this bolt back comes, it strikes him across the back, catching some of the fur on fire, sending sparks.
Yeah, you singe some of its fur, for sure. That brings us to Tolraun. So there is a wolf, uninjured, that has just come rushing at you. To your left, you're still on your goat, right?
No, I jumped off to attack the last one.
Okay.
So it's uninjured now.
Right.
So I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
Okay. What was his AC?
13.
Alright, cool. 2 hits. So that is 15 points of damage.
Okay. So you punch and pound on this wolf. It's trying to bite you. It's just about as big as you are. Make me a perception check, please. This is just for you.
That is 19.
You notice that the goat, the wolf that's closing on you is now going for your goat, which is about, I'm going to say, 10 or 15 feet to your right.
It's
charging that way.
I just hit?
No, another one that's approaching from the north.
Okay,
There were 10 in total, 1 is fleeing.
Okay, I'll use my key point to disengage, and then I will run between the wolf and the goat.
Okay, so you can definitely do that, but the wolf you were fighting follows you.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
So the wolves are going to get some attacks in. So starting up there, that's the one fighting the bear. Let me just check something here. All right, so the wolf gets a hit on the bear with claw bite. 2d6 plus 4. So he claws the bear for 13 points of damage, raking it with its, I guess it's a bite and claws. The winter wolf that's fighting Balnorn crits on him and cuts open a pretty good wound in Balnorn. This is that. The wolves you intercepted, and the one that's chasing you. The one that's coming after you breathes on you. You have to make a dex save. I'm going to have both of the wolves breathe. You have to make 2 dex saves.
And when you say breathe, you don't mean they go.
Open their mouth, and a cone of cold comes out, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm making those saves.
Okay, so you have to duck and dodge and roll, and you can feel a freezing cold blast of wind go across your back as you move. Balmera, the
Do I
one
take-
fighting you.
Okay.
No, you take no damage. I don't think there's. Let me see. Oh yeah, it is half damage. Thanks for reminding me.
Last one, Thashif.
You're going to take half of this. Each breath is 4d8.
48.
4d8. Yep.
I know.
29. So you're going to take 14 points of damage, of cold damage. Balmera, the wolf facing you is going to just breathe as well. You need to make a dex save. And I think because you're surrounded by this cloud of daggers and can't move, that should be a disadvantage. That seems reasonable to me. The DC is 12 on the dex.
And okay, I have an 11.
Okay, so you take 18 points of cold damage as this wolf breathes on you.
Okay.
The other wolf is going to go over and attack your goat and miss, luckily. And the three wolves closing from the south, they just use their full turn to move to close in you guys. I got just one more attack. I just got an attack for Balnorn. Balnorn gets 2 hits. And then it's going to be your turn, Grimm.
No, wait. Is it my turn?
I'm sorry, Jawdat. My bad. You're at the very bottom. My bad. Thank you for reminding me.
You also jumped over me.
Balnorn does 27 points of damage, cutting open one of the wolves pretty good. All right, so Jawdat, what would you like to do?
Did you not go, Balmera?
No, he skipped to Tolraun.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. Let me write down I got these written in a funny way. Carry on. So go, Balmera, and then.
Yeah, she's gonna attempt to fireball the one attacking her goat, and she will hit. So it will take 11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And I think this is the second time she actually hits with that spell in the entire campaign.
Well, you said you're not that good a wizard. You said that yourself.
Are these things vulnerable to heat by any chance?
No. No. They have immunity to cold, but they have no vulnerability to heat.
Okay.
Well, I guess we don't know that.
Well, it's the only attack spell I have.
I think he was asking on a meta level, but your point is 12.
Yeah, I was just curious. I wouldn't have used cold against them anyway, but
right.
You know.
All right. So I'm going to do the exact same thing I did last time. So the other, I guess we'll call it Grimm's goat, will receive Sanctuary. And I'm going to attempt to, again, use just, do I need to use animal handling to keep them calm each round, Rob, or?
If they get attacked, I might have you do that.
All right.
But with them Sanctuary, they probably don't. Now, I think if the wolves really want to, they can make a saving throw at disadvantage or something.
Yeah, wisdom.
Yep. Something like that. But yeah, I'm not going to do that.
So I'm going to, in that case, ouch. So sorry, my face. Reflex save. Wow, I can speak.
On the which
the same one I've been attacking. The one that was attacking Balmera.
That just breathed on him.
Yep.
Right. I made my save. I got a 19.
Okay. Well, no damage.
20. So it jumps out of the way. The two goats that are sanctuaried are kind of shivering and braying nervously. The sleigh has come completely to a stop. And we're going to go to the top of the order. So, Grimm, what would you like to do? There's goats and wolves and everywhere.
Yeah. Well, the bear's gonna see if he can finish off the one he's on.
Not like
Miss with the claw and hit with the bite, which is 7 points of damage. This thing bites down into the wolf again.
Okay.
They're just squaring off and
They're
wrestling.
both hurting each other. Yeah, they're tussling.
The big illusory thing. Doing a quick combat triage, I see that Tolraun's probably in greater danger at this point. So I just my eyes kind of glance over, flick to it, and I will it sort of just hit bound towards him in his little group of things.
Okay, so it's an intelligence check. You said.
Yeah, if they have reason to think that it's.
What's the DC?
15.
All right, I rolled a 15, but their only intelligence is only 7. So, what I'm going to do is one of the ones that is attacking Tolraun, I'm simply going to have not attack on its turn. It's just going to miss it. It's just going to, not move away, basically.
Okay. And then
I'm
going to
feared.
Go
ahead.
And again, I guess I'll stick with the one because we got to get rid of all of them anyway. So I'll stick with the one that is fighting the bear, and I'm going to send another firebolt at it. 13, so they had 20, so that's it. And 2d10. What's up at 15. So another fire smack.
You get another howl. You get a howl of pain out of the wolf. And Balmera.
Okay, the one attacking my goat, does it seem more interested in me than the goat now?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna get it
Or
to think.
How?
She's gonna take off her rabbit hat and reveal the circle of blasting, and she will concentrate and blast it with fire.
I thought you were saying I get its attention by taking off my hat and doing a magic trick.
So I will 9 plus 12. Okay, I will hit with 2. Great.
Okay.
So does each ray do 3d10?
No. It's 1d10 per blast.
Okay.
So you get 2d10 damage.
6 points of fire damage.
All right. So you get a little yelp out of the wolf. It still seems to want to eat that goat. Tolraun. So one of the wolves that was going for your goat, rather the one that was chasing you, stops chasing you, and the other one gets to your goat just as you get there.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to attack that one.
All right.
Spend a key point, so I'm attacking 3 times. Okay, and what do you know? So I mean AC still 13 for this one.
I'll let you know if it changes.
Alrighty. So, sucks. 28.
All right, so you punch and pound on it for 28 points of damage. It lets out a yelp and a snarl. And the wolves are going to attack. So first of all, that wolf, which was fighting the bear, is going to make an attack and miss. Oh my god. The wolf that's fighting Balmera is going to attack him. And also miss. And the wolf that's fighting you, Tolraun, I'm going to roll for a recharge. Nope, no recharge on the breath. It's going to attack. There's a hit. So it bites into you for 10 points of damage. The wolf that's fighting Balmera and outside of his dagger. Let's see if I get a recharge. Yes, he's going to breathe on you again. You can make a dex save for half, but you're going to be at disadvantage if you're still inside your box. It's going to be 20 points of damage or 10 points of cold damage, Balmera.
That's okay. She dodges it.
Oh, you take 10 points of damage then. If you dodge, it's half.
No, she has evasion, so she takes nothing. She's a super ninja rogue, so she just goes low.
Okay. All right. I would say yeah, under normal circumstances. You're inside that daggers. I mean, how do you get out of the way? You're completely surrounded. Like, how do you get out of the way without moving into those daggers? Is what I want to know. But I'll see you duck low.
I would imagine in the exact same way that you get out of a 60-foot fireball blast.
Fair enough. I'm not denying it. Okay. So the other goat, the other wolf is going to attack your goat. I miss again. And there are now 3 wolves right beside the sled. They are leaping in, trying to bite both Tolraun and Grimm. Since they come from the left side, I'm going to have 2 of them attack you, Jawdat. 1 miss, 1 hit. You take 9 points of damage. The other wolf attacks you, Grimm. There's a crit.
Sweet.
It's just regular, normal double damage. So I'm just going to do 4 dice. So it bites into you for 18 points of damage. And it is your turn, Jawdat.
So you got 2 of them chomping on me, 1 of them trying to chomp on Grimm. The goats are okay. Alright, so I guess we will use I'm going to pull out my club now that we're stopped moving, and fling it so that it's behind the wolf there.
Nice.
And I'm knowing that these things are in my face doesn't leave me a whole lot of options as far as casting spells, because I'm not trying to get eaten by a wolf. So instead, I pull out this long curved dagger from underneath my cloak, and I will attempt to stab it with a dagger, and then as my bonus action, command my club to smack it also.
Okay.
So we'll go with me first. 12, so I miss.
Okay.
And then the club. 19 plus whatever, so it hits. Yeah.
Well, yep.
All right. The club will bonk for 8 points of damage.
Okay. I didn't attack for Balnorn. I'm just going to do that before. So Balnorn kills one of the wolves, just outright chops it apart, and charges after another one. Maybe the one that ran away from the demon or whatever the heck it is. And okay, so we're back at the top of the order. So Grimm, you've got a wolf trying to leap into the cart right now, and
it just managed to grab a little man and shake it, and you can feel the muscles sort of like tensing as I get these bruises in the arm.
Did you make your concentration check?
No, I'll take that though. Rolled a 13. Do you add anything to it, or is it just?
I can't remember. Anybody remember what concentration is? I think it's a flat number, isn't it?
It's your con.
Oh, okay.
Are you talking about the DC? It should be 10 unless the damage you took was higher.
The damage was 18, so the DC would be 18. Is that right?
I'll double check. I think it might be some weird half number.
Okay, yeah. let's know. In any case, you still get your turn. It's just going to affect the.
I'll do is lose the
Well, he looks it up.
which.
Yeah, well, he looks it up.
Yeah.
You can just tell me what you're doing.
Yeah. It's DC 10 or half the damage you take, whichever's higher.
All right, so 10 would have been the DC, so you're okay.
Okay, so I'm okay. So distracted by that. Okay, so now what I do is I'm just gonna. Yeah, pretty much. I'm just gonna put my hand directly at this thing, and it has burning hands right into its face.
Okay.
If I can, if you said there's two of them, right there.
Well, there's you. There's a wolf right there. To your left is Tolraun, and then the other side of Tolraun are two wolves. On the other side of that is a floating hammer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I won't be able to get that then. All right. In that case, yeah, I'll just do.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yep, I am. It gets dexterity save.
I'm going to do this at disadvantage. It's in the sleigh with you, literally. So miss. Failure.
All right, so 6, 5. It takes 15 fire damage, and its fur is probably ignited because I'm
okay. Yep.
So now there's a burning wolf.
Right on. All right, Balmera.
If you take damage, you need to make a concentration check. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it's a con save?
Well,
yeah, I know, but she had the.
If not, then no reason to really.
When she took damage earlier, so.
Yeah, the DC would have been.
Yeah, so she's
DC would have been 10 for you.
Okay, so the cloud of dagger is no longer because she failed that. So.
Okay.
I forgot that rule. So. But I want to take out the one that.
On the side, you can.
I'm gonna fire that one again because I don't want it munching on my wolf or my friend. So I will hit with 2 rays again.
Okay.
For 16 points of fire damage. Now we're talking.
Okay.
Nice.
Tolraun.
Right, so, just to clarify, there's like 2 engaged with me, and there's another one near the sled.
There's 2 engaged with you. There's 3 near the sled.
Oh, okay. I'll just deal with the.
But Balmera is rushing to where you are right now.
Alright, so, yep, I'm going to spend the key point, and I'm going to spend 2 attacks on each of the one that next to me. So the first one, critical miss and a hit. Are you doing stuff for critical misses?
Yes. Do your hit first, though.
Right. Okay. So 10 points damage. Bludgeoning.
All right. So yeah, you wound this thing in, and you can roll me a percentile.
Stuck in his throat.
You want lower?
28.
28. So your next attack's going to be a disadvantage.
Okay, so I make another 2 attacks at this guy. Roll disadvantage. 17 on the lowest, and a miss.
All right.
So, yeah, another 7 points of damage to the other one.
Okay. All right, so we've skipped your bear, Alex, but what I'm ruling is the wolf he was fighting would have turned to flee, and he's just going to say he killed him in an OA.
Okay, fair enough.
The wolf is going to attack Balnorn. It's going to get a hit on Balnorn. That's the second time, so Balnorn's hit for another 11. Tolraun, you can make me an opportunity attack. The wolf you're fighting turns to flee. It's badly wounded.
Oh, and by the way, Rob, assuming that this bear will continue on to the next
Right. Yeah. As soon as his turn comes around.
Yeah.
You just kill it.
I hit it. Yeah, I hit it
Okay,
for
so
6 points of damage.
You kill it
Mm-hmm.
as it's trying to get away. The one fighting you, Balmera. Oh, that's a recharge. He's going to breathe again.
No.
So you can make a dex save.
Save this time now.
Yeah,
That's
I rolled
true.
a natural 20, so she's
Okay,
doing
so
her
once
best.
again you dodge out of the way of this breath.
Yeah, she's doing.
However,
She's doing.
the other one bites into your goat for 15 points of damage.
Damn, leave that girl alone.
Hey, Wolfie, leave that goat alone. All right, back at the sleigh. One of the wolves fighting you is going to try and bite you, Jawdat, and succeed. And he bites you for 10 points of damage.
Okay.
The other wolf is going to breathe. And you can make a dex save for half. You're going to take... And it's a 15-foot cone, so I'm going to say that it's going to also affect Grimm, I think.
Okay.
So you both got to make me dex saves for half damage. It's 14 points cold damage, or 7 if you make it. The DC is, what do they say, 12? 10? 12.
Okay, I make it.
Okay, so you take 7 points of cold damage. And
I did not
the
make it.
wolf... Alright, so you're going to take 14 points of cold damage. And the wolf fighting you is going to try and bite you again. And he's going to get hit. So
Who's
you
gonna
take
get
10... You, Grimm, you take 10 points of damage from this wolf.
Actually, I want to use my shield spell. It's a
Your what spell?
shield.
Okay.
It use it, to avoid an attack like that. So I'm gonna throw up my. Well, it still could hit. It gives you a +5 bonus to AC. So if that is enough to avoid it, then it will.
What's your AC?
17. So.
I'm just gonna say it misses.
So
I'll just
20.
say it misses. It bounces off the
Okay.
shield.
Yeah. So my arm comes up and you just see this kind of shimmering blue just bites into it.
All right, and Jawdat, it's your turn.
Okay.
So 1 wolf gone, 2 wolves gone, 3 wolves gone, 4 wolves gone. 4 wolves are gone. All the others are injured to various degrees except for 1.
Right. Oh. And that one happens to be up here in the sleigh with us.
That's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just it just started raining here again. So if I drop off, it's rain.
Right on.
No, it happens when it starts. Sorry.
Blame it on the rain. Got it.
Pretty good.
All right. I'm going to attempt to hit the wolf with a guiding bolt, as well as smack it with the club.
Yep, go for it.
So
That's two attack rolls, I believe.
yep. So club first. Club will hit a AC 14, so that'll hit.
Yep.
And 8, it'll be 10 points of damage for that.
Nice.
And then the guiding bolt. We'll try this at 2nd level. 19, so that'll hit.
Mm-hmm.
Three and 4. All right. So, 13. 13 and 5 is 18 points of damage with my little sand
Nice.
laser as it heats up the air, and there's just this waft of steam and a hot sand beam cuts through the air.
Nice. All right, so that brings us to the top of the order. Grimm, what would you like to do? There is a wolf in your face. There are 2 in Grimm's face.
Two in his.
I'm sorry, 2 in Tolraun's face on the other side.
Jawdat.
Jawdat. I'm sorry. I got
That's
a
all
lot.
right.
Sorry.
It's a complex one. Let me know if my bear gets to another wolf at this point. He's just going to go to the next wolf in line, whoever's nearest, because that was his orders. But
Right on. Yeah. So they're working their way back to you. So I'm going to say that your bear is helping Tolraun. Helping Balnorn, who's helping Tolraun technically speaking.
Okay. All right. So just let me know if I need to roll for him this round or not. And
Yeah.
but in the meantime,
you can before or after. Generally, let's have you go and then the bear go.
All right, that's fine. So all right. So what I'm going to do is once the shield drops, I put my other hand up toward the thing's face and loose a witch bolt into it. Hopefully, so there's this bright purple flash of light and just
All right.
This, rakes across him. And at that point, my illusion vanishes. By the way, so
Okay.
actually, yeah, because it's a concentration, I think. but it does some lovely damage. So I can't resist. And I mean, at this point, they're all pretty much here. So I just don't remember if it's a hit or if it's a range attack. So yeah, that's it.
Give me some damage.
Yep.
He froze. He's going to give us some damage. All right. Tolraun. So the one you were fighting two. You killed one that tried to run away. There's now one left near you. Two that both a bear and Balnorn are helping you with.
Okay.
There is one fighting Balmera, one fighting Balmera's goat, and three on the sleigh. So you guys are kind of three on one goat right now. Over kind of on the other side of where the reins are, there's two goats and there's three back by the sleigh, and four that are dispatched.
Yeah, you mean wolves. I got it.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm
what
going
are
to
you
deal
doing?
with
Just tell me who you're attacking. The one that's
I'm
near
gonna
you now?
attack. Yeah, the one that's near me now.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, you can give us some damage when you get back here, Alex.
Yeah,
So,
it took. Oh, you
22
didn't
points
damage?
damage.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so you badly wound that wolf. It lets out a howl, but it does not fall. Yeah. So how much damage did you do there, Grimm?
I did 12 points of lightning damage, and so now it's on fire, and it has this bolt of lightning that continues to, arc from the palm of my hand to its chest, as I continue to electrocute it to its death.
Hello?
Yep.
And we're back. I thought it was you that cut out. All right, so you did 12 points of lightning damage?
Yep.
And I thought you were going to say something else.
Well, no, I was just summing up the fact that he's on fire and has this bolt of lightning coming from my hand that's now electrocuting him. So
he's definitely wounded. You can attack for your bear.
Yes.
And then there's going to be Balmera's turn.
Claw and bite. All right, both hit with that. So. 8. 12. Takes 16 points of damage from a rake from a claw and then a bite.
So the bear kills it. Balmera.
Okay.
So you're still fighting a wolf, and there's one attacking your goat.
Yes, I'll fire 3 bolts against the one and my goat again, and only hit by 1. So that one takes 5 points of fire damage.
Okay. Well, it's the wolf's turn. Well, you'll be pleased to know that the one attacking your goat takes off with that damage you did. It takes a running. Grimm, the one that was fighting you, also takes off running. Just leaps down from the sleigh and then sprints to the north. However, the two that are fighting Jawdat continue to do so.
Mhm.
And the one that was fighting Balmera continues to do so, but not his goat. So it misses you, Balmera, and 2 on Jawdat, and miss and a miss.
Okay, so it goes into physical contact now?
What? Yes.
Okay.
Tried to bite you. And so, Jawdat, it's your turn. There are 3 wolves left actively fighting right now. Some fleeing, 2 or 3 others fleeing. 2 of the active ones are on you, and 1 is on Balmera.
Okay. So the one attacking me directly, the one I've been engaged with, I'll attempt to club it again and stab it with my dagger. So the club will be a 13 to hit.
Yep.
And that will be 10 points of damage. And then I will attempt to stab it also. Oh, crit!
Alright, percentile.
Let's see, come on, percentile. A 96.
So you're going to kill it. Just describe this kill to us.
Okay, so I think what happens is the club hits it, and the wolf turns to attack whatever's behind it. And as it does, I'm sort of I lunge to my feet in the tray of the sleigh as I stand up towards it, and the hook of my dagger bites into it as it turns itself, and I'm pulling backwards. It basically it runs a cut from its front shoulder all the way back beside it, so it runs it down the length of it.
Nice.
And you hear a faint sizzle as the blood hits this very cold snow, and it begins to melt it. So there's like a...
All right, so the remaining healthy wolves, or not healthy entirely, are going to turn and flee. Balmera, you can get an opportunity attack if you like, and same with you, Jawdat.
Oh, she likes, but she misses.
Okay.
All right. Wow. I guess I will stab at it with a dagger.
If you want.
Yeah.
Go for it.
15 will hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll take a whopping 3 points of damage.
All right, so it leaps down from the sleigh and runs back in the direction it came. As the howling and yelping of the wolves you can hear now the goats braying loudly more than ever. There's blood and dead wolves here and there all over the snow. The wind is still. Balmera comes rushing up to you. Everybody all right?
Yeah, more or less. See to the goats, and I'm gonna hop down off the wagon or the sleigh.
Well, he'll see to his own goat. He's also injured.
I will shuffle over and check out my goat.
Well, I believe your goat took some damage.
Mm-hmm. And I don't have any healing potions.
Feed your goat again.
I'll go over. I'll go over to the goat and
it's an important goat.
It is, and what I'll do is I begin sort of singing this little song to it, almost like a lullaby, to calm it. And the snow comes down, and, just whispering to it, and as I do, you see this sort of light sort of drift towards it and sort of move around the wound, and it is healed a bit. I'll tell you how much a bit in a moment.
I'm assuming you're keeping track of your own goat stats here, Dennis.
I don't think I got the goat stats from that time.
All right, so I'm going to post them again.
Good stats.
That's because there's 2 people that say they didn't get them.
Eh?
I posted the goat stats last, the dire goat stats last time. But they're saying they didn't have them.
Okay. So
If you've got them handy, Steve, please post them in the chat so they can get them. Otherwise, I'll dig them out.
Let me. I'll have to dig them out. I'll see where I saved them real fast. Give me a moment. I'll see if I can find them for you.
Okay.
Dennis, the goat is healed by 7.
Okay. He looks at you in wondering and kind of. Thank you. I didn't know you could do that too.
Something my grandmother said to me. And I turn away.
My grandma never sung anything to me that could heal goats. Is that a human thing? Did you have a lot of goats?
I think it was a grandmother thing.
Oh. The goat and I are grateful.
Here, I'll post
Well,
them.
we need you both.
Yeah, you need the goat.
I said both.
Okay, everybody
I
please
meant
grab
both.
a
I
copy of
said
that.
both. All right. Copy giant code. Okay.
Yeah, now I found them. They were in my equipment page. I'm sorry.
No biggie.
I'm going to copy and paste that to the group just so this doesn't happen again.
Sure.
Is that okay?
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm going to get out of the sleigh while they are healing. Like the 2 goats that I'm technically in charge of aren't hurt. Did Balnorn's goat get hurt or just Balnorn?
Just Balnor. He took 29 points of damage.
Yeah.
But you guys can have a short rest. Maybe gather around the sleigh if you want.
I'm going to do something that may make everyone else a little uncomfortable.
He's taking off his clothes again.
Oh dear.
No, he's gonna reanimate some of the wolves.
Yeah, I am.
Nice.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
We have how many dead ones?
Hey, wait a minute. Before you do that, save at least a couple dead ones. I'm bringing them with us.
There are 4, but it's fair to say that at least 2 of them were chopped up pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'll leave the 2 chopped up ones, and especially the one that's right next to me that I sliced. I'm gonna basically pack it full of snow and start patting the fur so it covers the incision, and then begin sort of almost massaging it. Have you ever seen when an animal is stillborn and they start massaging its chest to try and get its heart to beat?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I'm doing with this dead bloody wolf.
Yeah, that's a vision. You dragging this bloody wolf carcass across the snow, leaving this trail over the sleigh.
I'm not dragging.
Working your hands on it.
I'm gonna go to them, but I will animate 2 of them.
Sweet. Hey, can you have him drag the other ones?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The parts of the other ones?
Well, yeah.
We drag them for what purpose?
Yeah. You got days of journeying to go. Here.
Why
Get
are you asking
ridiculous.
that? Grimm collects the trophies, so clearly.
During the short rest, if we really want to, if you're after their skin, Jawdat can actually do that for you.
Well, I was thinking of skin and meat, but yeah, we can do that.
But I would like you to skin the so she can get a hood.
Gross.
All right, Rob. So I am not going to rest for hit points then, because I'm going to be a little too busy, I think.
All right.
Because I don't imagine in a short rest, I don't know if there's enough time to skin 2 wolves, and properly without having to rush through too much of it.
Well,
and still be able to rest.
It kind of depends on how much time you want to spend, And the wolves you're skinning are the ones that have been hacked apart.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you want to skin.
So I'm trying to get the larger
I'm gonna have
portions
you
of skin.
I'm going to have you make me a con roll then for frostbite.
Oh.
The DC is 12.
Okay, I'm fine. I got a 14.
All right. The rest
Is
of
the
you
frostbite coming from the environment or from their corpses?
Yes. Nope, the environment.
So
it's bitter cold.
yeah. So the entire time I'm fussing and cussing under my breath because snow is unnatural.
All right. So how much time do you want to spend skinning? I mean, I don't know exactly how long it takes, but I've seen a deer skinned, and that took a couple of hours.
Right.
Yeah, no more than an hour. And
I mean, it depends on how proficient you are in it, and I mean.
Well, plus the deer I saw skinned was like in a shack that was up on a rack, so it was like easy skinning. Where you're kind of.
It took several hours.
It took 2 hours.
I guess we only have about.
Harvesting the meat too. I mean.
Yeah. I'm not worried about meat. I'm not worried about meat. Jawdat's not going to eat predator meat because that's disgusting.
All right, so I'll say you spend an hour gathering up hunks of wolf fur.
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
And
I will chop off some of the meat though, and just.
Great. We're gonna attract even more wolves.
Okay. The people that aren't doing those activities can gain the benefits of a short rest.
And Rob, because we don't have the proper way to keep the hide or the meat, one of the large bags I brought with us, I'll go ahead and pack it full of snow, like a layer of snow, a fur, some meat, layers, so on and so forth. And I'll just set it into the back of the sleigh for now.
Okay.
I'm not sure what everyone wants with the fur, because it seems like an inopportune time to tan hides, but
I don't know. It's hunks of shredded fur.
And the rest of the short rest, again, like I said, I'm not going to rest at all, is going to be sort of talking to the two goats that are pulling the sleigh and calming them. I imagine a lot of the predatory vibe might be gone since these wolves are dead and they're no longer... Like, they're going to smell more like dead meat now than they would necessarily a predator. I don't know how that would work. Like, I've never animated a dead corpse in real life.
Okay.
So, my question is, like, I mean, you know, like, when a horse or a goat or a pig or whatever gets near a predator, they smell it and they start getting antsy.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens when you have two animated dead bodies of wolves that are now traveling with your goats?
Okay, so before he answers, so you're saying you replace the predator scent with the undead scent?
Well, I don't think goats are trained to be wary of undead.
Maybe they're paladin goats.
They're not. At any rate, what I'm saying, Rob, is if at any point you feel it justified for story purposes or otherwise that I need an animal handling roll because I do have two predators that are now traveling with us, it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, I see. The goats seeing these
Or just
wolves.
feeling them behind them. So I'm going to try and keep them out of eyesight, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can walk behind us, just kind of,
Right.
shadows in it.
All right. So these goats are not war trained, but they are well trained. So they won't go into battle for you. Like, don't expect them to attack unless they're literally, their lives are on the line. Like, you can't command them to attack. But they will follow basic commands: halt, stay, flee, whatever. So I'm going to say that for the moment they're okay. You guys get all geared up again, and you start out. And the wind, it's cold. It's colder than ever before. The noise comes up again: clatter, 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 clatter of hooves. On. I'm going to have you guys all roll dex checks. These would be the wolves, the goats. If you're
So you need 3 from me. 2 for the wolves.
One from each goat. Oh yeah, one from the wolves. Yeah, one each of the wolves. That makes sense.
16 for my go.
As long as you
is
make
this
10, you don't fall. It's 12. It's 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one of the goats is going to fall. I rolled a 4.
All right. So one of the goats slips and falls. Some of the belongings that is in its pack tumble into the snow. You can take the time to search for them or not. It's cold.
All right, well, let's do it this way. High, it was my goat. Low, it was Grimm's. Or do you roll your own goat, Grimm?
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Okay, I had been rolling for both of them since I was
Oh, okay.
driving them, but if you rolled for it, then don't worry about it. It'll be my goat that fell then.
All right, so he falls and some stuff spills out of his pack and into the snow. Do you want to take the time to search for it?
All right, so a quick search because the bedroll and blanket shouldn't be too hard to find.
Okay.
But the 20 crossbow bolts are going to be a pain in the butt. So,
okay. So I'm going to have everybody make me a con save, and anybody who's searching does not get advantage on it. Anybody who is not searching can have advantage on this roll versus frostbite.
Okay.
Keep in mind that time is a factor, though. The sun is setting. This is getting low, at least.
What's the DC?
The DC is 12.
Yep.
It's a con save.
Alright, so I have a total of 13 while I'm searching.
That's fine. Just let me know if you fail one of these frostbite rolls. If you don't, consider yourself to be damn cold and shivering.
Alright.
Roll me a d20.
I got a 15. Well, on a d20 I got a 12. A perception would be a 15.
Yeah, no, this is just 12. So I'm going to say you recover everything but only 12 of the bolts.
Okay, that's fine. I only had 20, so that's completely fine. And I'll get the goat up, and real quickly I'll take my dagger out, and I'll grab the goat's hooves, and I'll turn them up, and I'm gonna scrape out the ice pack that's in their hooves. I'm assuming that's why they're slipping. So I'm gonna go ahead and scrape the ice out of his hooves. And I'm gonna take time to do it to all 4 hooves of both of the pulling goats, just real quick, just clean the ice out of them so that perhaps we won't have this setback again.
All right, so as the rest of you are waiting for the 10 minutes or so it takes to do this, you're all kind of shivering and freezing. The winds. Balnorn, he says nothing. Snow is starting to gather in his beard. Gray hair mixed in with his normal reddish color. And when you're ready, the party starts off again. After traveling for about another hour, you leave this sort of rocky area and you're back on the smooth snow again. The path starts to widen from a few hundred yards across to almost a mile across, and you guys continue to trek forwards towards Ice Watch. About a couple of hours before dark, you reach an area of, I'm going to say a medium-sized pond that's completely frozen over. And there are giant boulders of ice. And Balnorn, he brings the group to a halt and says this would be a good place to stop for another meal. The goats are getting a little bit tired now, and it's pretty much a couple hours past when you would normally stop for supper. You're not compelled to do this, but this is just a suggestion he makes to the group. At least this is a little place you can get out of the wind.
How far do you think we are from Ice Watch?
At least another 4 hours. We'll not make it before the sun comes down. It'll be after dark by the time we arrive.
Well, might as well take a rest then.
Okay.
Well, while we're setting up to rest, I'm going to take a little walk over to the to this lake. You said this is in front of us?
Yeah, it's a pond, really. It's not even a lake. It's about maybe 50, 60 feet across.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to go over it and kick away some of the snow from the surface. Dig down a little, brush the ice, and give it a couple bangs. Take out my iron wand and chip at it a little bit. just to kind of get a feel for, you know.
Balnor looks over at you. He says, "Perhaps in the heart of high sun, you might be able to get through. 'Tis the only time of the year I've ever seen it not frozen solid. Maybe a few tendies a year."
Yeah, I figured. Just checking. And I'll go back to the sleigh.
Okay, Balmera. While he does that, Balmera was. Are we making a campfire or something like that?
We can.
Is it possible even to make a campfire?
Yes.
Yeah, I do actually have some wood.
Let's see, both Grimm and Jawdat brought wood.
Okay, so.
And we also brought the kind you can burn.
Okay.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
Okay, she'll help with setting up the campfire and use prestidigitation to light it.
Mm-hmm. It's good to travel with wizards.
Yeah, and well, she sits down and tries to get the
Wait. So as Grimm and Balmera are setting up the fire, you know, clearing a space, laying out the wood, you know, that sort of thing, I want Tolraun and Jawdat to make me perception checks.
Can I make my perception check while I'm posting my 2 undead wolves on Sentry Point?
Yeah, I'll say you. That's fine.
Alright, so...
Yep, 17.
Yeah.
20 a lot. 24.
Okay. We'll talk about it in some more detail after the session, but it seems to me that they should be more undead now, undead-like than wolf-like.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
In fact, they should be zombies, is what they are technically.
Okay. So, you, Jawdat, you're the only one who notices 2 humanoid creatures about 9-ish feet tall come from behind these boulders. They have long, spindly arms, elongated faces. They're covered in snow and ice and look almost the color of ice. You can make me a nature check to possibly identify them, but you've never seen any creatures that look like... You've never seen them before, for sure.
Okay. 17, 18, 20, 23.
These look kind of like trolls, but not like trolls you've ever seen before. They move towards you very quickly. I'm going to have everyone make me an initiative roll. Grimm and Balmera, you guys are going to be surprised. So you can make me initiative rolls, but you're not going to go on the first round. That's okay, you're not being attacked on the first round.
That's okay, you're not going to die this round. What?
20 for my initiative.
Right, hang on. 11 and 2. You got a 20, Grimm 20. Yep, call him out. Go ahead.
19.
All right.
17 for Jawdat. Wow.
17 as well.
Okay. So, Jawdat and Tolraun, you react just in time to see these 9-foot-tall, icy-looking humanoid creatures bearing down on you. One is attacking you, Tolraun, and one is attacking Jawdat. They are they have long, icy fingers and claws, and what look like teeth inside their ice-like heads. Jawdat and Tolraun, you guys went at the same time, so I'll let you go first, Jawdat. What do you want me to do as this thing bears down on you?
I am going... I'm going to yell out a warning. I have no idea what I'm going to refer to them as. So, I simply yelled, "There's abominations!" And then I will guiding bolt it and command
Okay.
the 2 undead wolves to attack it.
All right.
I like that when we're traveling to undead wolves, so everyone is looking at the undead wolves.
So, alright. Guiding Bolt is going to hit AC 17.
Yeah, 15 on these things.
Alright. 6, 10, 12, 13 points of damage.
It yells something back at you in maybe a language that's sort of like wind. It's hard to tell.
Right, not Orc, Common, or Dwarven. So, got
No.
it. Okay.
Yeah, what Alex said.
Yeah. I speak Ice Troll. So.
And are the wolves close enough to attack this round, Rob, or do you want them to attack next round?
Yeah, what stats would they use?
Yeah. So animate dead. Let's see.
It specifies zombies, I think, but
Yeah,
in the monster manual there are like zombie stats for other creatures rather than generic zombies, so it's kind of weird.
No, they changed it in the beta version. You would find a creature and add zombie to it. So now I think zombie has their own kind. So no matter what you animate, it will become that creature. Stat-wise.
And I'm not buying that. There's no way it's going to have the same amount of hit points. It's got to be a weaker version.
Right. What I'm thinking is that it becomes.
No, what I'm saying, instead of a zombie wolf, it will be referred to as stat-wise a zombie.
Right. Yeah, so that I have a basic zombie right here, Rob. It says armor class 8, hit points 22.
Okay.
Saving throws is wisdom, immunities to poison, dark vision, passive perception of 8, and then undead fortitude. It gets a slam attack.
All right, go for it. Make their attacks.
All right. So wolf number 1 is going to hit. It will hit, and then wolf number 2 will also hit.
Okay.
And they do not very good damage.
But if everybody succeeds, they can turn those things into zombies. So.
Yep.
Everyone knows that.
That doesn't say that on the
Zombie
little
werewolf.
chart I have here.
It's a house rule.
Alright, so the first wolf. Do they need damage together or separate? I don't know how they have DR or
I
anything.
don't care. No. Go for
6, 9, 10.
Only
12
me.
points. 12 points of damage from the 2.
Okay, so Tolraun, this huge creature coming down upon you. What do you want to do about it?
Okay, so there are 2 of them, and are they pretty much adjacent?
No, they are not adjacent. One is not that close to you, and it's surrounded by Jawdat and 2 undead wolves, and the other one is right upon you.
Okay, so my desire to help Jawdat melee fight is kind of diminished by the fact that he has 2 undead wolves helping him.
Plus, he's 3-on-1 and you're 1-on-1. Screw him.
Yeah. Yep, so I'm attacking this one. Oh, 2
AC
frees, but, 119.
The AC is 15.
7 points of damage. Yay.
Okay, so when you punch it, you feel like you hurt it, but it's also kind of like punching ice. It's
just so you know, I have my attacks technically count as magical, so if that works out dangerous.
I was just going to give you just sort of flavor description there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so they're going to attack, and then we're going to go to the top of the order, and everyone's going to go in turn. So, Jawdat, the one fighting you, I'm going to have it make 3 attacks, 1 on each of you. It's going to do a claw on each wolf and the bite on you. So it claws a wolf, misses on a claw. Oh, AC 8. It's going to hit. So the claw attacks are 6 plus 4. So we're just going to use flat damage. So each of those undead takes 15 points of damage, and it bites you for 5 points of damage.
Oh, I thought you said it missed all of them. Okay.
Now, I rolled a 6, but I'm more than +2. It's going to so.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. You're fine. All right.
And the other troll...
5 for me?
5 on you, yep. And the other troll is going to make 3 attacks against you. So, what's your AC, Tolraun? Remind me.
17.
I got 18 as the lowest roll. So 1.
Oh, I meant 19.
So you're going to take 6, 10, 14 plus 12. You could take 26 points of damage as it claws, and bites you. Balmera, he's going to come 26 total. He's going to come rushing over, but he doesn't get to go yet. It's your turn, Grimm.
Okay. So I see these things, and I consider for the moment using a fireball, deciding against it, considering the proximity of my companions, and instead, I kind of rub my hands together, twist them around, and kind of toss this small ball of fire in their general direction, not like directed at them, but kind of towards them. So you see this little arcing little ball of fire. It almost looks like a failed fireball. It's kind of and it lands, and so it's kind of sizzle, setting up this little pillar of steam. And as the steam sort of erupts, you see this. You see this figure sort of emerge from it. His face and head are burning. He's carrying a burning hammer, and I summon an Azer. Is it Azer or Azir? It's a
little fire elementals.
Yeah, it's basically it's an elemental. So
okay.
you see all the snow's kind of sizzling away from it, melting and turning to steam around him. So he's creating this little steam cloud around himself, and I say, "Kill those ice things."
Okay. I'm going to have them go on your turn. Next time it's your turn. Balmera, it's your turn. You're standing with an armload of wood. You hear a shout, and you see your companions being attacked.
She drops the wood and sets off in a dash. And as she runs, she casts a spell, so the snow will start to whirl around her. And when she emerges from the snow, she will have blur on herself. I'll make a dash, and I think that's double movement, so that's 50 feet.
Yeah, you can get there for an attack if you want. The one that Tolraun is fighting would be easier to attack since it's not surrounded already.
Okay, I'll go up to Tolraun. So fight them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't attack because I cast a spell, so I'll just move up there.
Okay. So that brings us back to Jawdat again.
All right. I'm going to try and my initial reaction is to sort of drop back. In fact, I probably make that first step backwards, and then realizing that this thing might have the ability to hit me during my
long arms,
my withdrawal. Instead, I am going to draw my club out and wing it at it so that it will become animated, and then I'm going to scoop up some snow very quickly and sort of fling it at it, and as it sort of cascades down, probably nowhere near the height of this thing, because I forget that it's 9 feet tall for a moment. So it cascades, and as it falls, it turns into this sort of golden fire. So again, I'm going to hit it with the cantrip there. Sacred Flame. So reflex for Sacred Flame, and then 3 attacks, 1 from each of the wolves, and then the club.
Okay, +1 in this roll. 3. That's definitely did not make it.
Okay, so the Sacred Flame will do 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Wolf 1 will hit AC 19. Wolf 2 hits AC 17. And Club hits AC 7. So Club does not do much at all.
Okay, but a wolf got a hit in there, a bite or whatever.
Yeah, I got two attacks on
All
the
right,
wolf.
go for it. Have me some damage.
1d6. So here we go.
Go Team Wolf.
Yeah, right.
Team Undead Wolf.
10 points total from the two wolves.
Okay. Tolraun. Balmera has rushed to your aid, but hasn't done anything useful yet.
Sorry.
Wow.
It's kind of like reading a book and realizing that the author's tone just keeps staying on one character. Alright. A hit, a critical hit, and a critical miss.
Okay, so roll your hit first, and then roll your percentile.
So that normal hit is 9, so it's 2 percentiles, I guess.
Yeah, yep. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
I'm doing them.
First, roll one at a time, though, because the first one,
Yeah.
you never might not get the second one. You never win.
So I'm going to roll for the miss first. And that's a 34.
Okay, so you're going to do triple damage. So just roll triple your dice and add your bonus.
Okay. Okay, I'll let off the table. So 10. And the miss.
All right,
Triple damage is 10.
Yeah.
Don't you use...
So sorry, 15. You're right. And an 84 for the... No, sorry, 84
Okay,
for the
so
miss.
make another normal damage, and it's going to be against Balmera. I guess you agreed with me.
Tolraun says oops as he punches Balmera in the head.
Yes, he's been there before.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Tolraun keeps trying to
like-
justify this hatred towards Balmera.
It looks like they didn't get all of that rage out of me. But it's all gone now.
How much damage do you do?
7.
So now you can deal damage. Okay.
Do you need more demonstration? Okay.
So you realize also helping you is Balnor, and he comes over, and his axe is humming as it swings to the air. I got one hit and one miss. All right, and he chops into the ice roll for 11 points of damage. Okay, so that brings us to the ice troll. So I'm going to make 3 attacks again. Claw, bite. It hit, and a hit. So each of your wolves takes 6 points of damage. There, Jawdat.
Okay.
And then you're going to take 5 again, the minimum again.
All right. Both of the wolves should die, but Undead Fortitude says they can make a Constitution save to drop to 1 hit point instead.
All right, so I'll just have you do that in the background as I try and beat up Tolraun.
Again.
The claws, the 2 claws hit. So you're going to take 8 plus 7 plus 8. You take 23 points of damage as it rakes you with these ice claws, Tolraun. I think he got that. He froze. He's muted.
Tolraun looks injured. Pretty injured.
And it is back at the top of the order, which is Grimm.
All right. Well, the Azir is going to go after.
Have your attack first, and then we'll do him. Your pet.
Okay, fine. It's not a pet. It's a summoned
Well,
creature.
I'm just
Summoning
saying
is a fine art.
as a general reason.
when Grimm is drunk, he always talks to you about conjuring and how it's not as cut and dry as people seem to think.
Plus, Asians make lousy house pets, really. Asians are not good house pets.
That's true enough. Okay, so the one that's on Jawdat, I'm going to I am going to send a firebolt at it.
All right.
7, 8, 19. 19.
Okay, that's a hit.
Okay, nice. It takes 14 points of fire damage.
Make me an arcane check, please.
I'll do so. I can do that. I'm a wizard. And I'm pretty good at it. Oh, yeah. 24.
You notice that your spell is particularly effective against these creatures.
Okay. This big puff. This big. Not only the burn, but a big puff of steam and some cracks that form where the bolt hit. Excellent.
Which one did you attack now? You're attacking the one
that was
fighting.
That was the one on going after Jawdat's creatures.
Gotcha. Thank you.
And the Aether is going after the one that's attacking Tolraun.
All right.
So he can charging, boom, 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 wielding this big burning hammer. And
imagine he's kind of small compared to the troll, right?
It says medium. Well, small
okay.
compared to the troll, yes. But it's medium size.
Oh, okay. I pictured it as halfling size.
Yeah, I was thinking dwarf size, but actually it's medium. All right, so hold on. I'm not familiar with this first attack. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I assume 19.
Yep. Give me some damage.
Yep. And so 13, and then D6 fire damage. So takes 20 points of damage as this burning hammer comes.
13 plus 7 fire damage. Is that right, though?
No, it was. Oh, wait. No, wait. There's. I rolled a 7 and then 10.
Is it 13?
And then
6 fire damage.
10. No, that's right. It was 13 total. Sorry, my bad.
All right. How much fire damage was the fire damage?
That was the 3.
Right. I need that separately because it's vulnerable to fire damage. So that's going to be a 6. So it takes 16 points of damage. Okay.
Okay.
Instead of 13.
Yep.
All right. So it lets out a howl in a language you don't understand. It says something you don't understand. And Balmera, it's your turn.
Okay.
You're there now. Balnorn is attacking it. An Aesir is attacking it. Tolraun is attacking it. What do you want to do?
I want to attack it. So,
All right.
are we flanking it?
There's no flanking bonuses in 5e.
But
you
if
get your
you
attack though.
you can get your attack though.
Oh yeah, absolutely right. Yep.
So that's only a 12.
I need a 15.
So that's
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. She's gonna take a disengage action and get away again.
You don't even need to. It's already well engaged. It's not going to make an OA at you, but fair enough. You back out. Jawdat.
All right. So I will. The one that I was attacking is dead, correct? So we just have the other one.
Nope. No, it is not.
Yes, I was trying to. You don't play along at all. All right. So.
Got to send me a private message or something.
No, I'm going to attack the same one again.
Okay.
So the wolf club and then its reflex save.
Oh, okay, yeah. So one of the wolves, both the wolves.
Both
still
the
in their-
wolves. Both the wolves. They both have
Okay.
1 hit point.
Excellent. Excellent.
So
I've got to make a reflex save at +1. I do not make it.
okay. So you'll take 9 points of damage from that, and that's even though it's
What? I didn't hear you. What am I-
it's Sacred Flame, but it should. I
Okay.
don't think Sacred Flame is fire damage. I'm pretty sure it's radiant.
I got it as
damage,
radiant.
so-
Yeah, I got it
Yeah.
as radiant.
All right,
Alright.
cool. So, all right, so there's that, and then wolf number 1 will hit AC 17. Wolf number 2 will hit AC 19, and my club will hit AC whopping 7.
All right. So give me some damage from the undead wolves.
I'm gonna get a new club, a new magical.
Free,
attack on its
goddamn
own
free
club.
attacks.
Right. So one wolf will do 2 points of damage. The other one will do 5, so 7 points. Of
All
damage.
right. So between them, they tear it apart, and it literally falls apart as if it's like chunks of ice.
Witnessing that doesn't strike me as necromantic, right? It's not like an
No,
undead that's being held together with ice. Okay.
no. They just
Just
literally like
making
kind of rip
sure.
it into pieces. And Jawdat. I'm sorry, Tolraun.
Alright. Second one in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
15, right?
Alright, towering over you. You need a 15 to hit.
Yep. Romulan. 17 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Alright. Still alive, in which case I will use a key point to use the dodge action.
Okay.
So its attacks against me will be at disadvantage.
All right. So I'm going to do that right now. Nope, Balnorn gets to go first. I'm jumping ahead. Oh, holy shit. He actually missed it. 6 and a 3. So now it's going to make its attacks against you. So how's the dodge action work? Is it disadvantage?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say the first one hit, the second one did not, and then the third one, 16 hit you? Sorry, 17.
17, yeah.
Okay, so I got a hit on 1 claw and 1 bite. So you're going to take 5 plus 8 is 13 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm done.
Down you go into the snow, bleeding. And we're back at the top of the order. Grimm.
Alright.
Yeah, the first one's dead, and the other one's badly wounded. What do you want to do?
Yeah. So I will. Well, I see Tolraun drop, obviously. I can't heal him.
Okay.
So the best I can do is destroy the troll as best I can, and I think that might be a miss. Is that 12?
No, need a 15.
Oh.
So
In that case, that was a fireball.
Yeah.
That was a yeah. So the Azer.
Fireball goes
7,
into the snow.
17.
So it needs a hit.
Uh, 13. Again.
Okay, so the Azer kills it. It also falls apart.
Yeah. Okay. So comes in with a hammer. Big burning explosion of fire.
Ice and fire.
Fire.
Balnorn goes and kneels beside Tolraun. Can any of you have healing magic?
Yes.
No, leave him. He's had a good run.
Right.
We didn't like him that much.
I'll go over and heal.
By the way, keep the Azer. We're like kind of about 10 feet away. Just kind of standing there with the shield, kind of looking over them.
Jawdat kind of bouncing around them.
He's slowly sinking into the snow.
Well, he actually gives off heat. Like in a radius around him. So I'm just gonna have him like there for a little extra light and heat to
Good idea.
to hold myself by the easy.
He's literally sinking into the snow.
Yeah. We're not in the pond, are we?
Yeah, you are at the pond actually.
All right, you'll get back. You'll get back 19 hit points
Alright, Tolraun will thank you.
as I lay my hands on you and let the sandy winds cure you.
Does sand blow in the area? No, there's sand and snow together.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I figure if my magic can leave sand inside of buildings, it can leave it out here too.
So there is some blood. I'm sorry, you finish.
No, never mind.
There is some blood in the snow, but it's from you guys and not from these creatures. Any blood that came out of them was sort of a watery kind of color. You do some. Jawdat cast some healing spells on Tolraun.
Yes.
And you guys are kind of. Do you want to carry on making fires, or?
Yeah. We'll go back to the play.
First, I'd like to know what those were.
Ice trolls.
Get out, guide.
And is there likely to be more of them?
No, but watch yourselves. And as he says that, both of them stand up. Both look badly wounded, mind you, but both kind of stand shakily to their feet. Pieces missing from them.
I command the wolves to attack them.
I'm going to have I'm going to have you guys make a perception check. Initiative rolls.
Okay.
For creatures. I got 9 and 10.
14.
10.
10. What did your wolves get?
Well, I rolled my initiative. I go on 19, so I assume that's what they go on. So if we bring it all.
So I'm going to have they only have 10 hit points. So I'm going to say that the wolves and the Azure take them down. I was going to have them attack if my initiative beat yours, but I didn't. So the wolves and the Azure take them down, and they fall apart again.
I go over there and I start stomping the ground.
No, yes, burn them like a troll. Burn them. I say that as I scoop up a chunk of ice troll, put it into a glass vial, and tuck it away for possible regenerative purposes later.
I point out to him. Oh, give me one of those.
All right, so I got 2 of them. Well, Jawdat's thought is he wonders, since these things are liquid-ish, that maybe there might be some benefit to consuming them. And honestly, as rough as the first day of travel has been, it may come to us having to risk that to see if there's any restorative abilities from ice trolls.
Yeah, ice troll flavored ice cones. That's always good.
Well, at any rate, do that, and then I'm going to take, I have some lantern oil. I have 3 containers of it, so I'm going to take one of it, and I'm going to dump it across the bodies.
Wait. Before you waste oil, I was just going to have the Asia go around with his burning hammer and start pounding him to a pulp because he has a burning hammer.
Yeah, he can basically dissolve them.
All right.
Yeah.
How long does he last? How long does it last?
Oh yeah.
Like an hour.
Is it now?
I think
A minute or an hour.
Or 10 minutes.
There's
Somewhere
difference.
somewhere between 1 second and eternity.
Well, no, I know it's either like a 10-minute interval or an hour interval.
What is the spell called?
Conjure minor elemental.
Conjure elemental.
1 hour. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. So he can guard us for our rest.
Yeah. So you succeed in destroying them, and you guys can have a short rest right now. Take the benefits of that.
I don't bother with the fire anymore. I don't bother with the fire anymore. I just have the Azure sort of sit there, and we're kind of roasting things over him.
All right. Well, I'm going to get
Please
some.
tell me that. Please tell me that Asia is just really grumpy at us.
He gives you
Oh, yeah.
he gives you a look of scorn the entire time you're using him as a heat source. He's just staring at you
This
scornfully.
furrowed brow, this disgruntled look as
Okay,
we're
so-
roasting sausage over him.
Yeah, Tolraun is roasting the sausage. He needs it because he's like needs to get his strength back, but he feels really guilty for demeaning this like elemental creature. I apologize to it like several times. And
I have a metal canister with water in it and some herbs, and I kind of hand it to him, hand the Azer for a second. He hands it back, and it's steaming hot, you know.
That is just wrong.
I'm resting.
Balmera says as he roasts the sausage on the Asia.
I don't think we'll go quite as far to ask him to like turn his shield flat so we can make some eggs or something.
This has to be the most abusive way of using a level 4 spell.
Yeah.
The worst way is just dismiss it, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'd like everybody to make me a con save, please. This is for exhaustion for the day. The DC is 10.
I failed.
I rolled a 20.
Okay,
I can never be exhausted.
If you gain, if you roll below 10, you're going to gain a level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
The warmth, however, from the Azer prevents you from having to make a roll for frostbite for now. And after your short rest, Balnorn urges you to going again. He says, we've still got at least 4 hours of travel, and we've got perhaps an hour of sun left.
All right, let's go.
Is the sleigh big enough that we could build a fire on it if we could keep the fire from burning through the sleigh?
I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming it was a wooden sleigh and not a metallic one.
Right. I'm more concerned about the size. Like if there's enough room for it.
If you had like a burning bowl or something like that, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you could put a tiki torch in it; it would be fine. But I don't know if you could set a whole bonfire going in it.
No.
Okay, Balmera is gonna cast warmth on her habitat as they move along, so it will be warm for an hour.
Okay.
Sweet.
So you guys continue traveling west along the Sidri Trail towards Icewatch, and eventually the sun sets. It gets even colder, and you're traveling. It's not long before you're traveling in. It gets pretty dark. How are you seeing? What are you using for light sources here?
All right. We need something pretty bright. I can't get another Azer this soon, but because he can just kind of run out in front of us like Rudolph.
Well, I'm gonna take my lantern and hang it on the lantern hook on the sleigh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'll take out my medallion and I cast light into it as it was intended, and so you get this kind of like this kind of big sort of beam of light that projects out ahead of us. So as the lights fell.
Bright as headlights, but you certainly have a splash of light moving through this little puddle of light moving through the darkness.
Yeah. I'll move my I'll start traveling closer to the sleigh since it's all lit up now.
Okay. So you travel for about 2 hours past dark, and eventually your light comes upon a keep. At least it's 4 walls made of stone. The walls are about 20 feet high, kind of jagged, but jagged as being weather worn. not initially jagged. They are not wide enough to walk on, but Balnorn tells you that inside there at least were a few parapets, little places where you could stand. There are two huge metallic doors that are about 12 feet tall and about 10 feet wide. The doors are closed. They're slightly ajar, maybe an inch or two ajar. However, there's a lot of ice and snow built up. Pushing on them does not open them, and you can see that they're kind of frozen, stuck.
Well, do they open in or out? I assume they open out.
In.
Oh, okay.
In. Yeah, because there'd be a bar on the inside if it was being.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess, hey, I called Balmera over. Balmera, come here.
I'll slug over to him. What?
Let's do some fire at the bottom of the door. We'll melt some of this ice, and so I'll start, kind of throwing these fireballs and try to burn away, melt away some of this this ice that's caked at the bottom.
Okay.
Well, the firebolts are working, but they're having only a little bit of effect. Like it's going to take. You're going to be doing this for an hour or more if you want to try and get them open that way. As you do this for about 10 minutes, you can start to hear some kind of howling, but it definitely does not sound like wolves or anything. It's more of a humanoid type howling.
Okay.
Open the deck.
Yeah. Think of anything else that I can open this door any faster without breaking it, which I assume we don't want to do.
Be pretty hard to break it. It's steel and like 10 feet tall.
If someone was strong enough, could they pry it open?
Possibly, you could possibly push it open. You want to try?
Yeah. Well, let's see. I guess I kind of look around and say, which one is the strongest?
I look to Tolraun.
I look at you.
Let's do Tolraun. I say, remember that spell where I made you a giant?
That's not the kind of thing I could forget. Oh, sure. With magic, I guess I could.
Right. So I go over to him and I start to rub his shoulders to give him almost like a massage, and then I pull on his shoulders, and for a minute it looks like I lift him off the ground, but he actually grows as my hands go. And he just,
like you just stretched me really large.
Yeah, exactly. So you go to a giant. And
so
you're straight.
How big? Because I think it's different levels.
I think it's double. No, I think it's double size. So let me double check. The double size and large.
Yeah, I just have advantage on strength checks, right?
Yeah.
Is it strength or athletic?
This could be strength check.
Yeah, you become large.
Okay, so
you can advantage on any strength check saving throw.
Okay, so it's going to be a 20. If you include my athletics, it'll be 23. But
all right, so by yourself, the door doesn't even budge. Balnorn, he comes in and he's going to join you. And
I mean, if we push again, then I'll go in and lean in too. I got nothing for strength. What the hell?
Okay. So I'm going to say you can get three people can push on this door at once. Who do you want to have push? You're all going to make a strength check.
Not me then. I'm
Okay, I'm gonna go in and push on this one.
Okay. And who's the third person?
Well, Tolraun and Balmera and Balmera.
Okay, you want me to use Balnor? All right. So everybody roll, and we're going to combine these.
Big money, big money.
I rolled a 14.
I got a 17.
20. Nope. It's going to take a combined strength check of 40 to open this door, but you can try again. However, you can hear these howls are closer now, coming from the distance. And Balnor, he kind of looks over his distance. Put your backs into it. Push, lads. Push. If anybody else wants to do something, speak up.
Well, if no one else can get in a push, I'm not sure what I can do.
Okay, so how tall
I'll use
is...
Mage Hand.
Well, hang on. How tall is Tolraun normally? Like 7 feet?
No, like 6 foot something.
Okay, so he's
Well,
12 feet
like-
tall now, right? Because he doubles. So technically, I could crawl up on him and throw a rope over, so we could climb over that way. We don't have to open the door.
If you want to do that.
So you're
He's tall enough he can
put a-
throw a rope over it if you wanted, yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'll hand
you wanna
him
do?
I'll hand him my rope with a grappling hook. Then. Yeah, use this instead.
Okay, so he hands you a rope, and
She
So
hands him.
I'll throw the rope over.
okay, so you're standing there, the rope's looped over the top now.
Just forget about it.
Yes, now what?
Then I'll help Grimm climb over, and I'll.
I wave him off. I said, no, help the others.
Okay, I'll also, I guess I'll fasten the rope. Can I see over this thing?
No, it's 20 feet tall. You're about 12 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
You could reach up and grab the edge, but
Yeah, but
You can peek through the little bit of door there, but there isn't
Yeah.
much light to get through.
take me and lift me up so I can see.
All right, I'll.
Okay, so at 12 feet, so maybe 14 feet, and then the height. I'll say Balmera, yeah, if you stand on his hands, you can just reach the top of the wall. Like this, you can just reach the top of the wall.
Yeah,
You can
cool.
walk on the top of the wall, but there's a rope there.
Yeah, she'll climb over on the parapet.
All right. Okay. So I'll have you make me an athletics check. I'm going to say the DC is 10. Should be pretty easy. Climbing that rope.
Yep.
All right. So you get up and you're on top of the wall. It's about 2, maybe 3 feet wide, kind of crumbly and uneven. It's just blackness below, except for the teeny bit of light spilling into the inch of the door open. The rest of the group waits down there with the goats and the sleigh. Now what?
me, well, I'll just step through the crack. So I just
Okay. So you can morph yourself, I'm assuming, in some way?
no benign teleportation. So I just kind of go
Right on.
and appear on the other side.
Okay. And so, what are you doing up there, Balmera? Are you staying up there, or are you climbing down the other side?
Well, for the time, I want to see if I can find who's making the house. If I can see.
It's coming from off in the dark. No, there's no way. The puddle of light doesn't reach that far.
Okay, well, she's since Tolraun is now weighing 8 times his weight, there's no way she can pull him up, but she might be able to pull Jawdat up if you want to go up. Otherwise, she's got to climb down and help Grimm on the other side.
Well, which of those things are you doing?
You want to go up, Jawdat?
No, I'm taking up a defensive stance with myself and the wolves between the goats and the door. So
Okay, so since the rope is 50 feet, I can have it on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll secure it so I can use it to climb up and down on both sides. I'll spend some time doing that.
Tolraun could secure it for you. There's nothing up there to secure it to. It's just like a crumbly ledge.
Oh, I thought you said there were parapets. Okay.
No. No, there's a couple of places you can stand, but not where you are right now.
Yeah, I'll hold the rope for you so you can climb down.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
not a problem. You can actually do that. All right. So will you climb down? Jawdat and Tolraun, you can make me perception checks.
9.
9, okay.
16.
All right, so you notice, Jawdat, some creatures, furred humanoids, very furry humanoids, maybe about 7-ish feet tall, with black claws, a few black features on their face, but mostly white fur. They're coming in a sort of loping gait. They're definitely humanoids, rushing the three of you plus the goats.
How many do I see?
4.
Okay.
How big is the inside of this place, by the way?
Oh, it's about 100 by 150 by 100, something like that.
Okay.
Or maybe 100 by 75, 150 by 75. It's pretty big.
Okay.
But you can't even see all the dimensions right now. You can just see the little bit of light that's spilled through. I want everyone to roll me initiative rolls.
15 for me. Good.
8.
18.
Okay.
I have 5.
1. Sorry. 18. You said 18. Tolraun, right? Come on.
No, Jawdat.
I got 8.
I'm sorry, Jawdat. You got an 8. Tolraun. Balmera and Grimm. What did you guys get?
15 and 5.
15.
15 and 5 for Balmera, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's 18 and 8 and 15 and 5.
Balorn yells out, Yeti!
These guys.
3, 2. All right, so 18, Jawdat, you get first go. What do you want to do?
Yell at everyone for not having opened the door faster.
Mm-hmm. That's a free action, and you get
Great.
advantage on it.
Yeah.
Advantage on your add punish roll.
You fumble your yell and end up telling everyone how to make a souffle by accident.
We'll take a full round action.
Rob, what's your feelings on control water affecting snow?
Oh, I don't know. I've never had to make that decision before. What do you got in mind?
So
It worked in have a lot there.
one of the abilities of control water is flood. You cause the water level of all standing water in an area to rise by as much as 20 feet. So what I'm wondering is basically, can I cause an avalanche wave to rush towards these oncoming things using the available snow? Because I mean, the other things you can do flood, you can do part water, redirect flow, and whirlpool. Obviously, we're not in 25 feet deep worth of snow.
What's the area of effect of the water that you can affect? Right? I mean, I'm assuming you can't make the ocean go up 20 feet.
If you see, you water all standing water in an area to rise 100 feet on a side, a cube 100 feet by 100 feet.
All right, so I'll let you send like a snow wave at these things if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know necessarily what it will do other than push them backwards, because under flood there's no damage. Obviously, what you're trying to do is drown something.
Right. So I'm gonna have.
Well, how about can we use the rules for whirlpool? Basically, what it says is they would have to make a strength athletics check against my spell DC or be knocked 25 feet down or 10 feet into it. So it says on a failed save they take 2d8 bludgeoning damage. That's the rules.
Okay.
That's the rules for whirlpool.
So down's not really going to work. There is about maybe 6 inches worth of snow that isn't so frozen.
Yeah, but what I'm wondering is,
can
we make the wave and just have them take the 2d8 bludgeoning damage from like the rocks and stuff that are picked up in it?
I'm going to have them each make dex saves as they try and maybe leap over or bust through this wall that comes rushing at them.
That is completely fair since it's a non-normal use.
So I'm going to do that on each of their turns because I got separate initiative for each of them. So at the start of each of their turns, I'm going to have to do that first.
Okay.
And one of them goes next. And so there's his deck save. So, bam, he gets hit. So 2d8 plus whatever you said.
Yep. I'm just going to set my dice underneath my book here. All right, so... So he'll take 8 points of damage and be pushed 10 feet backwards. Because normally a whirlpool pulls it 10 feet towards it. I figured the wave going the other direction makes sense if it is pushing it away.
Basically,
right?
what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that he takes 10 points of damage, and he's just knocked down. Bam.
Okay,
he just
that's good.
Stopped in his tracks.
That's good.
Okay, and then we go to Grimm.
All right. I tell Balmera to stand back, and I am going to unleash some serious fire upon this door and hopefully melt away any of the ice at the bottom.
What are you doing?
We're going to step way back, and don't want to do a fireball.
How way back is way back?
Like what is it?
Keep in mind where the light is, right? There's only a teeny bit of light on your side of the door. If you move back far,
I'm wearing my medallion though with the light.
Okay, so then there's no light on the other side. Is that it? Or what's the light on the other side? Just the light that's on the sleigh.
Yeah, I think you get the light on the sleigh at least.
All right, right. So we got a little puddle of light there, and a little puddle of light, right? So you're moving back 30 feet.
Since we're working on this for a little while, do I have any sense as to whether burning hands would be sufficient to clear away the remaining ice, or would it not?
Well, it would certainly do. It would certainly do a good number on it. I mean, I'm not going to answer what will happen if question conclusively.
Well, no, but I mean, I just been working on it for a while and been feel face. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna do that then. I'll send out 2 fans of burning hands that'll rip across the floor at the base of these doors. I'm assuming that run along the side.
Right. So you're casting the spell burning hands on the snow and ice.
Yeah, I'm basically trying to melt as much of the ice as I can, trying to get it to where we totally should have been.
It all puddles. I mean, the door's not going to swing just freely from this, but you certainly seem to remove a considerable amount of the snow and ice blocking it.
All right. See, as it sort of fizzles, I say, "Tolraun, right now!"
You say what?
I say, "Tolraun, right now!"
You don't even know what Tolraun's he is on the other side of the door, but yeah, he certainly hears you. And in fact, it is his turn. So what do you want to do, Tolraun? There are 3 Yetis closing on your position, possibly. 1 has been knocked prone. 2 are your companions on the other side of the door. Your goats are braying in fear.
I'm still in giant form. Jawdat is right next to the goats, right?
Well, not every one of them. Wouldn't be adjacent to every single.
You're next to the sleigh.
Basically, I have the sleigh and my the 2 leading goats behind me. Other than that, I can't really control where any of the goats are.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go next to you. And how far away are the Yetis?
You did hear Grimm's yell from the other side of the door of "Try it now," but that's fine. The Yetis are about 40 feet in, closing fast.
Okay, I can't get to them and get to where Jawdat was without dashing, so I'm going to ready an attack action for when one of the Yetis gets within range of me.
Okay. So what goes next? One of these Yetis goes next. And so it's got to make a dex save. Same thing. I'm going to use the same damage, Steve, for speed. The exact same thing. It takes 10 points of damage and falls prone.
Okay.
And then that brings us to Balmera.
Okay. now, since we're standing on the other side, are there any like opening mechanism for the door, or is it operating by hand power?
You can see like handles to pull on it if you want.
Okay, she'll run up and pull grab one handle and push against with her foot on the other door and just pull back.
The DC is now you need a 20 instead of a 40 like before. So make a strength check, please.
Ooh, no.
Thanks to Balmera's work. So I'm going to see you get it open another inch or so, and then it kind of freezes again in the snow, or gets kind of wedged. But it's less blocking it now than before.
Mm-hmm.
The other two Yeti continue to close. Both dex checks, both failure. Poof, poof. All four Yeti have tumbled in their charge. So that's going to bring us to the top of the order again. Jawdat.
All right.
You have four prone Yeti picking themselves up out of the snow. The wave has moved past them at this point.
Great. I send the two wolves in.
Okay.
To attack the closest prone one. You can pick which one. I don't care.
Hey.
All right.
They're both going after the same one?
Yeah. Because if I don't, I have to use two different bonus actions. So that's why.
Yep.
There we go. All right. So 19's to hit.
Yep. You need a. What did they say the AC was at least? 12. They're used to use 12.
So it'll be 7 plus 5, 12 points of damage.
Okay. Something interesting. Okay, cool. And it is your turn. That's your wolves.
Running out of options. All right. I will. The same one that they're attacking can make a reflex save.
+1. 4. Does 4 do it?
4 does do it in a different world. And he will take 15 points of damage from the Sacred Flame as the fire just cascades down.
Oh, let's have a howl.
And as I do that, I kind of look back over my shoulder at Balnorn. I am not a big fan of this place.
The Yeti that you just knocked down, he grabs one of the wolves by the neck, and he stares into it, and the undead wolf is utterly unaffected. And that brings us to you, Grimm.
Prepare to be feared and frozen. Wolf's like, what?
Okay. Yeah, so these things are still a bit of a distance off, correct?
You can't even see them where you are.
Oh, okay.
You're on the wrong side of the door.
Yeah.
Which is now about 5 inches.
You said there was a crack in the door, though, so
yeah, but still, the angle is such that you can't.
Okay.
Or the right side of the door, depending.
Only 2 people survive this way. You guys close the door and seal it, bar it. That's good.
Yeah, push it closed, embarrassed, kind of like, oops, sorry. All right, so no. Well, since I don't know what's going on out there, I can't do anything about that. So I guess. Hang on, sorry. She knows to force this door open. Well, they're probably not going to like me for this, but I'm going to try it anyway. It might help us.
So the door's about 5 inches open. It's still kind of stuck.
Yep. I put my hand out through the crack.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a fog cloud.
Just like out there somewhere.
Well, it's a big area effect. So, and I know, Rob, you're familiar with freezing fog, just FYI.
Talking frequently, but yeah.
Well, I'm gonna send it out maybe, maybe 30 feet or so out from the door, because it ranges 120 feet. So I sent it about 30 feet out.
What's the area?
It comes 40 feet in diameter.
All right.
So just all the snow sort of erupts into this heavy fog that just kind of settles over the area, visually shielding us anyway from.
Yeah, it's pretty dark already. Like there's just a little bit of light coming from the torch that's on the side of the sleigh. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this fog certainly goes into the area.
I imagine too, because of the cold, that it's immediately going to start to freeze on surfaces, like coating them in ice.
That's great. Telemotor. Okay. Yep. All right.
But it'll at least obscure us for a bit of time. And I shout to Tolraun, "Tolraun, open the door!"
You also heard that, Tolraun?
I also understood its meaning, and I will run to the door and I will help open it.
Okay. So keep in mind that you have your strength is bonus is probably like +7 right now or something like that. You need the DC is a 20 strength.
It's just advantage.
Oh, is it just advantage? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I got a 17.
All right, so the door moves open in about another inch. And one of the Yetis that's not fighting the wolves picks itself up and comes rushing towards you, Jawdat, but Balmera steps in the way. He brings his axe, humming, misses on one attack and hits on one attack. And he does 17 points of damage to one of the Yetis. And that brings us to Balmera.
Okay. I'm going to try to open the door again.
Go ahead.
I rolled 22.
So, you managed to get the door open enough that you can pass through. It's not wide open, but it's enough that you can pass through.
Draw and tenacity for the win.
All right, then you still have a move action if you like.
Yes, he will move out.
Okay. Before you can get out, your goat comes rushing in.
Okay, that's fine.
Gotta get the goats inside.
All right, you see this chaos, and in fact, you get out there just in time to see one Yeti descend on you and one come at Jawdat. And so the Yeti attacking you is going to come running at you, and you have to make, and stares at you. You have to make a con save. It's also going to try and claw you. I got a hit with a claw. It's using its chilling gaze. The DC is 13.
No.
All right, so you are paralyzed. You can make the saving throw at the end of every one of your turns. But it also claws you for 3 points of damage, and the gaze itself, which is chilling cold, does 6 points of cold damage to you, and you are paralyzed at the moment. The Yeti attacking you, Jawdat, is going to do the same. You're going to have to make me a con save. The DC is 13. And it claws you once for 2.
Alright, I make the saving throw.
Alright, so you're just going to take a little bit of... no, there's no half. So you take no damage from it. You're paralyzed for about a second. And then you feel this chill cold go over you, and it claws you for 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And we're back at the top of the order, so it's your turn. So there is a Yeti in your face. There is a Yeti fighting the wolves. There is a Yeti fighting Balmera, and there's a Yeti fighting Balmera.
I'm going to let the wave of snow drop, but I'm not going to drop the concentration of the spell. I don't need it right this second, but I want it there in case more of these things show up.
Right. I'm
And,
assuming you made a concentration save.
Dude, no, I didn't. Let me do that real fast.
Oh.
An 11? Yeah, because it's DC 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Cool.
So I will, for the way too manyth time, I'll take my club out and cast it next to me, and I'm going to club this Yeti, stab this Yeti, and have the wolves attack the other Yeti.
Yeah, well, they're continuing to do that, and that's like further away from you. It's not too close to where the wolves are fighting the Yeti, but you're attacking and clubbing the Yeti in your face. Go ahead.
That's
the AC
fine.
is 12.
All right, so the club will miss, and the dagger will hit 12. So.
Yep.
Go dagger. All right, 4 points of damage from the dagger. Kick.
Oh. And that brings us to Grimm.
Okay.
Sorry, wait. The Yeti versus the wolf, then you.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So its gaze is useless against these things, but its claw isn't. So it's going to make 2 claw attacks against one of the wolves and do. I missed a bonus. All right, so it does 13 points of damage against one of these wolves.
Yipes. All right, it will make its DC to not die, and I wasted a natural 20, so it will drop to 1 hit point.
Right on.
And then the 2 wolves will attempt to attack it in return.
Yep.
And
DC 12.
Natural 20 for the first wolf, and a 17 for the second one. So they'll both hit.
So I'm going to say they rip it apart. It has
Okay, that's
13
fine.
hit points left. So
yeah.
Tell us what that looks like. These undead wolves ripping apart a Yeti in the middle of the night.
Well, I imagine that there's this very, very faint light. So most of what you're catching are predator eyes, right? As they're sort of reflecting off of the lantern and maybe the thin trail of light coming out through the cracked door, the wind blowing across, and there's this ripple of snow as the wave sort of cascades back down and becomes calm. And then this thing has its hands around the throat of one of the wolves as it's trying to gaze into its eyes, and as it has its throat, it bites the arm, and the other wolf just bites down into its neck, and they pull backwards. So one tears an arm off, the other one severs the head, and they just both drop it as they no longer have any interest in consuming flesh.
Right on, yes. And it is dead. Now it's your turn, Grimm.
Okay. So I'll kind of step out the door, assess the situation. And,
so there are 3 Yetis left. 1 fighting Balnorn, 1 fighting Balmera, 1 fighting Tolraun. I'm sorry, Jawdat.
Balmera looks in trouble, so I'm going to assume that she is. And
Tolraun is right next to her, so.
Yeah.
Tolraun the big.
Yeah, so I'll do a firebolt.
Go ahead. AC is 12.
AC is okay. Yeah, okay, that's it. 16.
That's a hit.
Yep. No, that was damage. I get an 18 to hit.
That's the one fighting Balmera.
Balmera, yeah. So burst of flame on it, momentarily illuminating the air. Just this flash.
Okay, so it does not do double damage, but the Yetis do have a fear fire, which means if the Yeti takes fire damage, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the end of its next turn.
Sweet.
Which is good for Balmera.
Yeah.
And that brings us to that. Let's see, Grimm. Yep, it brings us to Tolraun.
All right.
So, Tolraun, you can see a paralyzed Balmera engage with one of these Yeti. One's attacking Balnorn and one's attacking Jawdat.
Okay. So I probably can't punch Balmera out of her paralysis, but I am going to punch the Yeti.
You can try.
You can try, yeah.
You don't
maybe
need to try.
A punt.
Okay. Oh, I rolled 3 20s on my punching Balmera out of her paralysis. So
I have good news and bad news.
Well, the good news is the spell no longer has her paralyzed. However, she's still paralyzed.
So whoever she's not
permanently
paralyzed,
paralyzed.
however she's not
Still.
moving. So the lowest was a 15.
That's all hits. 12 is what you need.
3
Yeah,
20s
okay.
in a row, you've turned her into a quintuplegic. I'm not sure what the fifth one
What's your character's last name? What's Balmera's last name?
Ironheart.
So you could be Balmera Ironside then.
Yeah.
Anyone? Come on, anyone?
I liked it. I liked it.
Alright. It's 24 points of. Oh wait, what does enlarge do for my?
It's okay. It had exactly 24 hit points left.
Oh, okay.
Call it a kill. So
You
I'll
get
let you
extra
kill it
damage.
with your bare hands.
So mighty Tolraun smash and one like meaty fist like pummels it to the ground. And it's it's paralyzed next to Balmera, this exact same pose Balmera's in.
Okay. All right. So the one fighting Balnorn is going to attack him. Oh
By the
my
way,
god!
Tolraun, I think the enlarged spell is probably over this round.
Okay.
So Balnorn is going to take 16 points of damage. He's going to counterattack. Oh my god. And, okay, so he does nothing useful. And then that takes us to Balmera.
Yay! And I
All
made
you can
the
do is make a saving throw.
And I made it. So, whee.
Alright, you're no longer paralyzed. That guy is dead, but the one fighting you, Jawdat, is still alive. You made your chill save, did you, or did I not do that against you?
No, you did that.
Once.
You did it against me, and I made it.
So he's just going to try and claw you. Oh, I got 2 claws. So you get hit for 7 plus 8 is 15 points of damage. Claws in D4. You're at the top of the order, so it's your turn. There are 2 Yetis left.
Right. So I'll send the 2 wolves after the Yeti that's not on me.
It's on Balnorn then. Yep.
That's fine.
Okay.
And then I will attack this one in front of me with my dagger and my club.
Okay.
Oh, gross. Alright. Dagger is a whopping 5, so that'll be a miss. And the club is a whopping 5.
Okay. I need everyone to make me a con save. The DC is 10. As you feel this chilling air kind of drift over you, this damp, icy cold air.
I got a 15.
I got
Okay.
10 exactly.
I
All right.
20.
I got a 5.
All right.
Balmera.
So you take 5 points of cold damage, Balmera. And the rest of you, you're slightly damp, and you're starting to shiver from the cold. And, well, that Yeti is dead, so he doesn't get an attack when he's dead. Grimm, it's your turn.
Alright,
There's
so
2 left. One fighting Balnorn, assisted by wolves, which haven't attacked yet, the way. And one fighting Tolraun.
Alright. I'll go up to the one that's on Tolraun. Clearly
Sure.
they don't. I clearly observe they don't like fire, so I'll aim particularly close to the face. Hopefully, maybe not.
With what? With another firebolt?
Firebolt. Yeah, sorry.
Yep, need a 12.
Oh, okay. So it's it. 10, 16.
Okay.
Big burst of fire.
It gives you a smell, and looks at you, and you got to make a con save, please.
Oh.
It's 13.
9.
All right. So you're going to take. You are paralyzed by the chill of its gaze. You take 10 points of cold damage, and you can make the save at the end of each of your turns.
Gotcha.
And that brings us to Tolraun.
Alright, so are there any... There aren't any next to me, but Grimm just shot a fireball one, right?
You can reach either one. One is fighting Balnorn, and one is fighting Tolraun.
Oh, so I'm already...
He means one fighting... No, he means Balmera.
Oh, okay.
The one that's fighting Balmera is that.
Yeah, I will
one fighting Balnorn, one fighting...
he means me. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to attack the one who's attacking Balmera.
There's no one attacking Balmera. There's one attacking Jawdat and Balnorn.
Balnorn and Jawdat are your choices. So anyway, the one that's fighting Balnorn, go ahead.
Yes. I attack him, I need a 12. Easy.
So you deal +1 before when you're enlarged.
Yeah, alright, cool. So, extra. So 31 points of damage to this guy?
Alright, so you pound it into non-existence. So what does that look like?
I walk up and... Yeah, I punch him in the stomach, then I just start, like, trying to, like, bash its skull open by just, like, kind of going out of my martial art form and just relying on this, like, newfound brute strength. Using my sheer weight as an advantage.
Headbutt him.
Yeah. do you guys remember the old Bud Spencer and the Trinity movies? That big guy who they had some spaghetti western they made. He had a signature move where he would like pound someone like that. This on top of the head. So I can just imagine because Tolraun is large, so he just go over to one Jedi, bonk, over to the next Jedi, bonk.
Just like Andre the Giant, Princess Bride, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
All right, so it's your turn, Balmera.
My way's not very sporting.
Okay, so he killed another one, so I'm gonna go over. Can I reach the one over?
There's one left fighting Jawdat.
Okay, I will try. Yes, an 18 I hit.
Okay.
Oh my god, my first damage ever.
So you get your sneak attack damage.
Ooh, nice.
So that's 5, that's 10, that's 15, that's 17, that's 20, 21 points.
So how? What does your kill look like?
She also bonks him on the head.
Yes. She runs over, finally unparalyzed, finally unfrozen, finally ready to actually engage something. So she's a little overeager. So she kind of like a knight who is charging someone, but instead with the rapier. So she goes like this, and she stabs it in the stomach, and it kneels.
It bleeds out into the snow. Yep. All right, so it won't take long. Sooner or later, you're going to make your save, or it's only going to last for a minute in any case, Grimm,
yeah.
So your paralyzation wears off. Balnorn says, "Let's get inside before more of the buggers show up."
I nodded. So I assume between all of us, we can kind of finish pushing these doors open and get.
They're open wide enough that you can get everybody in. You do have to push them open a little bit more to accommodate the sleigh, but that's easily done with a group effort.
Yeah.
You guys want to close the door afterwards?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you can see inside there's like a hook and a hook where you can set up, and there's a big piece of timber resting against the wall that seems obviously suited for that purpose.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll get it pressed, get the door closed, and drop the bar across it.
Okay. So as you move about within the walls of Ice Watch, you can see that the walls are fairly sturdy shape. There's a few little cracks and gaps here and there. Any interior structures that were here are pretty much rubble. However, Balnor leads you over to one corner where there is a fairly large trapdoor and a ring set into the floor of this ice watch. And he bends down and he grunts and pulls and manages to break it free. He says, "At least this will keep us out of the cold." And you can see a steep set of stairs going down into a basement, a large basement.
I look at it a little warily. What's down there?
Storage, goods normally. Not much left, I suspect now. In times of water, we kept a lot of storage there.
I'm assuming that the goats will be okay up here for the night.
The goats can actually manage the stairs without any troubles.
Oh, okay. Good, because we need them to cuddle.
The sleigh, however, you can't get down here.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Let's make sure it's.
Yeah. Oh no, the sleigh.
Make sure it's pushed off to the side, and maybe we'll, everything's covered, but we'll throw a little extra snow on it just so it's not obvious to the casual glance. But
why did we paint it bright red?
You're right.
All right. So when you guys get down the stairs, there is a puddle of light from your light around the base of the stairs. But this basement is, as I said, it's as big as the walls of Icewatch, pretty much.
Oh, so
you can only see about 10 or 15% of it. It looks empty. The area you can see. Your light does illuminate two wall sconces where you can see torch stubs in holders.
All right. Well, we'll probably leave the trapdoor open because I imagine we're probably gonna have a fire. So we want the smoke to go somewhere that's not down here.
Balnorn tells you that there's a couple of spots for fires where there's already a pipe set to.
Oh, okay. So they have like fireplaces. Oh, okay. Never mind.
You can't see within the puddle of light where you are at.
Right.
So keep in mind, you got about a 30-foot radius of light, and this place is like 100 by 150.
Yeah. So actually, Balmera should be able to see further anyway, can't she? Because of being a dwarf and all.
Yeah, but it's only it's low light vision. It's not dark vision.
Yeah, she can see somewhat beyond the light, but that's it.
Yeah, only monsters have true dark vision.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess I'll get my lantern out I'll bring it down from upstairs, and
before we do anything, let's go around with. I'll follow you, Grimm, and we'll make sure this place is secure.
Sure.
It should be empty. You may find some supply of firewood. I don't know what's left here. I've not been here in 50 years.
But with our luck, it's probably gonna be full of undeads or something like that. So let's check it first.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So we'll cautiously make the rounds.
Okay. So as you're walking around, you see more of these stubs in walls, or more of these torch holders with just little stubs left of torches in walls. You find one place where you can get a fire going, and there is a small pipe for drawing off the smoke. You also notice with your light, you can also notice that there's occasional cracks and like little gaps in the ceiling here and there, and a bit of wind coming in, and there's certainly like icicles and snow hanging from the ceiling, which is about 10 feet high.
Okay.
As you're moving around the room, I want you to both make me a there's gonna be a dexterity, basically a reaction check.
Okay. Dexterity reaction.
Yeah. This is gonna
So
be
a dex check or a dexterity saving throw?
this will be a dex save. Okay.
11. Oh, if it's a deck save, then it's 13.
And what about you, Balmera?
16.
Okay, so where you two guys are by the stairs, what are you guys doing for light? Tolraun and Jawdat.
I'll have taken my hooded lantern off of the sleigh and brought it down with us.
Excellent. So there's a pool of light at the bottom of the stairs where you are. There's a pool of light where they are. And while you can see them, the area in between is pretty dark. Fair
Right.
enough? All right. So what did you get, Balmera?
16.
All right. So you managed to avoid it, but Grimm is attacked by a tendril coming out of a large icicle from the ceiling.
I knew it.
You are grappled right now, Grimm.
All right.
And you guys are in battle with an ice roper.
Sweet.
I'm going to have you all roll initiative right now. That's everybody.
14.
24.
21.
14, Tolraun 24, Balmera 21, Jawdat
16.
16. All right, so Tolraun, you hear a shout, maybe a from
A man
Grimm as he's
yelled.
grabbed by a tendril.
No. It was like a little girl. Nothing manly about it.
Okay, so I'm running over there.
Yep. I'm going to say you can get the distance out. You can see now that there are 6 tendrils coming out of this thing. One of them has him held, and the other 5 are kind of like flashing, flailing about.
Coming out of what?
An ice
It
roper.
looks like it's an ice roper. Are you familiar with a roper? The creature a roper?
Yep.
It looks like.
I encountered an intelligent one in the game last week. It was weird. Okay.
So there's 5 tentacles flailing, trying to grab you as well.
Okay, so let's see.
Imagine that being an intelligent robot. You know what you are.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that robot has to be depressed.
I'm going to. Is it feasible for me to attack the tentacle that's holding Grimm? Because I want to try and free Grimm.
You can attack it. It's starting to pull him up off of his feet towards its beak, you could say.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to attack the tentacle
Alright.
that's around Grimm.
Yep. The DC is 20. The AC is 20. AC
Okay.
is 20. Sorry, it's a natural harm.
Okay, lost. Okay. So, so that's an 18, and remember, my attacks count as magical for purposes of resistance.
Well, 18 is a miss. Need a 20.
No, 18 damage.
Oh, 18 damage. Okay, so you managed to sever the tentacle, dropping him a foot. You take no falling damage to the ground. Ugh. Right, there are still 5 tentacles flailing.
Ezreem, what the hell is this thing?
Well, let's see, Balmera, what do you want to do?
Okay, could
There
we
are 5
see
tendrils flailing. You managed to avoid being grabbed by one, but they're still making attempts.
can we see the creature in the
Well,
ceiling?
yeah, they go up, up, up. Yeah, it goes up. Yeah, you're standing with light, so yeah, you can definitely see it.
Okay, I'll try to shoot it with a firebolt.
All right.
Ooh, no, I don't even hit the. I don't even hit the ceiling.
Couldn't hit water if you fell off a boat. All right, so Jawdat, it is your turn.
Alright, so from across the room, I'm going to attempt to hit it with a guiding bolt, one of the tentacles.
Sure.
Now, those tentacles are all attached to one creature, I'm assuming.
Yep.
So I don't know for
It
certain.
has separate hit points from the tentacles, but yes, you can attack either.
Okay. Weird. So let me ask you this, Rob, just for a quick ruling. Guiding Bolt gives the next attack against a target advantage because it's essentially illuminated, kind of like Fairy Fire.
Oh, okay. So if you want to attack the tentacles,
right? If I hit the roper
then
itself,
any
will it
attack-
eliminate the tentacles?
if you hit the roper, attacks against the roper will be an advantage. If you hit one of the tentacles, attacks against that tentacle would be an advantage.
Huh. Okay. Fair enough. Odd, but fair enough. All right. I'm gonna hit the roper itself.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
AC is 20.
yeah. Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
All right. So roll me percentile.
A 0, 3.
All right. So there's gonna be double damage. So just roll double your damage dice.
Yeah. Five, 9, 12 plus 6, 12, 15. So 27 points of damage to the roper.
Woo! Nice. All right. So these tentacles, the 5 remaining tendrils, I guess, continue to flail and fly about, and it is Grimm's turn.
All right.
So
I too will firebolt it.
What are you attacking? Are you attacking one of the tendrils that's trying to grab you again, or
I'm going to go to the base creature. I figure if that has tentacles.
Go ahead.
And so
You have,
AC is 20.
and you have advantage.
I'm
Correct.
Okay.
On this attack.
The very next attack has advantage. So.
Yep.
24. So. And okay, so it takes 16. So.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I Misty Step 30 feet away.
Okay. So what I'm going to say is you can Misty Step 30 feet away, but only into the other light. You can't go into the darkness because you got to see where you are. But you can certainly do that. You can go back to the light source where.
That'd be more
Jawdat is. Well, I'm going to say edge of the light to edge of the light. I didn't think you were at the far end necessarily when this happened.
Well,
you guys were partway down.
I suppose I basically just want to get out of its reach. So I'll just go back 10 feet then. And
yeah, that's fine. No problem.
You know.
Sure, you got it. So it's going to make 5 attacks right now. 3 will be against Tolraun, and 2 will be against Balmera. Oh, crap, that's horrible. 17 was my best roll. Tolraun, does that hit you?
17 hits. It needs 17.
So it grabs you with the tentacle and it starts picking you up off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to make 2 attacks against Balmera to do the same thing. Definitely one of those is a hit. So Balmera, you are also grabbed, grappled, and being picked up off the ground. And it is your turn, Tolraun.
Okay. Has it moved me close enough to its body yet?
That you can attack it?
Yeah.
Nope, not yet. Do you want to try? You can attack the tentacle, or you can try and break free.
Okay, I'm going to attack the tentacle.
Okay, AC is 20.
Okay. Yes. 7 points of damage. Is the tentacle still...
7? 7? No, 7 isn't going to do it. No.
Okay, so bonus action. And 9 points of damage.
9 total, or
an additional 9.
All right, so that is enough to break the tendril and drop you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's my turn.
Okay. Balmera.
So I can attempt to break free.
Yes, you can also attempt to attack this thing. It's up to you.
No, I'll try to break free, but still ride it up to the main beast, if that's possible.
Well, what do you want to do? I mean, what are you going to try and... yeah, okay, so you're going to try and break free of this thing grabbing you, but still hang on to it?
Yeah, she's gonna try to wiggle her way free and simply climb it up. Yeah.
Okay. So you can make a strength. You can make a strength check or a dexterity check to break free or wriggle free. The DC is 15 either way.
I'm gonna take the dexterity check. So it fails. God, I roll sucky today.
Okay. So it continues to pull you up towards its maw with a W. Where are we at next? Jawdat. You see Tolraun fall to the ground. Balmera, not so.
Alright. Well, I will attempt to guiding bolt this thing another time. The main beast itself.
You got it? Yep.
Yep.
AC is 20.
Yeah. Alright. That first one was luck. $16, 19. 20 exactly, actually.
All right.
This thing is just barely hittable by me. Okay.
Ropes have hard DCs.
It's alright. I mean, they're meant to be challenging in that fact. I'm gonna burn my highest spell level possible for this.
Sure, yeah.
We're going to do the same thing with Tolraun. Fix him. Yeah.
You're next, Grimm. You're in the on-deck circle.
4, 5, 6.
Yep.
Plus 2 more. 6, 11, 17, 19. 19 plus 11.
30.
30 points of damage.
Woo! So it shudders, but it does not fall. Grimm.
Ow.
Yeah, I don't have much to kill my friends. So, yeah, I'll bolt it again. 16.
No.
I gather advantage anymore.
There is advantage on the roper itself right now.
Oh,
I thought it was just on the next attack.
Right, I just hit it again with a guiding bolt, so it's.
Oh, okay, you reset
okay.
it. Gotcha.
Yep.
I didn't get to see you reset it. Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, that's much better. 22.
So that is a hit.
8. Is 13. So 13 points of damage.
All right.
And that explodes. This is on the body.
Yep. You've done 80 points of damage to the body. So it continues to pull Balmera up, and it's just going to bite.
Now, see, I think that thing should have to make a Constitution save now. Just saying.
I'm going by the rules as written.
No, I mean, with all the drugs in Balmera's bloodstream, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
It gets high, like just
So
drops there and just spaces
It bites you with a very hard beak for 23 point damage.
Jesus.
Chomp.
Am I constrained enough that I cannot use evasion, or can I use that?
You can't use evasion. You're grappled.
Okay.
But it is Tolraun's turn again.
Okay.
There are still tentacles flailing, trying to grab you, and it's one of the tentacles has hauled in Balmera and is eating him, starting to consume him. Her.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to free Balmera, but I realize if I keep doing like that, we're never going to defeat the actual creature. Wait, it doesn't. It wasn't hurt.
Wait! I missed a turn. I just did the bite. I still get my 4 tendril attacks, which are all going to be on you.
Nah.
So it's gonna grab you as well. Fortunately, the tendrils do no damage on their attack, but you are grabbed. You are grappled. So now you can start your turn grappled and being pulled off the ground as well. Now what do you want to do?
Am I grappled by one tendril or several?
Just one. You can only do one at a time.
Okay.
It's pulling you up towards its maw as well.
Alright, no. Okay, yeah, I don't manage to hit it.
Escape is an action or is it a move action? I can't recall.
I'm pretty sure we found out it was a full action.
Right, right. Yeah, I think you're right. So you didn't hit it then, correct?
Yep.
All right. So Balmera, I believe it's your turn. So it's got this beak, this hard beak that's chewing on you.
Okay,
while
so
you're still being grappled.
can I stab the beak?
You can stab the beak, you can attack the beak, you can attack the tendril, or you can try and break free.
Okay, how close is Tolraun to me?
He's about 8 feet below you.
You had to be 8 feet, right? Oh, natural 20. What do you know? So I rolled 66. I rolled 66, Alex.
Okay, so you kill it. Just tell us what happens.
Okay, so
I'm glad it was you.
And you have to end with you taking 2 points of falling damage.
okay, so
He dies.
I just want to point out that at this point, it's been like 80 sessions worth of gameplay where we've been waiting for someone to roll a 66.
I know.
You had to do it when his hit points were low, too. We didn't get to do the spectacular thing. So go on.
that's okay.
Wait,
So
what even is the 66 option?
I'll tell you after. Let's just.
Okay.
So as it bites her, she tries to kind of parry, but the rapier gets entangled in the beak, and it bites her arm. So she'll just push it into its head and pull back the rapier, killing it, and she'll fall down.
Yeah, all of you, the whole mass comes down.
Yeah.
You're free, Tolraun.
Hooray!
I can see a bit my head to go, boom, I'm okay.
Right. It lands on her.
The 66 comes from the old room master charts.
Okay, so you guys can take a long rest at the start of next session. We're going to call that right here. And thanks everybody for watching. We'll pick it up here next time. And
And everyone levels up.
Share. How long has it been? Didn't you guys just level up?
Yes, yeah, pretty recently.
All right. No,
That
level.
isn't relative.
No, that is also one of the advantages of rolling a 66 on a crit.
Everyone levels up.
Bye.
Bye now.